Yo, what up? What up? What up? Big truck, what's going on, man? The topic is these scamming ass, fraudulent ass, lying ass, ugly ass women in this of the sisterhood. That's what it is. Alleged women, alleged. What's going on with y'all, man? Make sure y'all hit the like button as y'all come in. This one's gonna be a classic. I promise you. I promise you, this one is a classic in the making. Shout out to my man GC in the building.
What's going on, everybody?
Yes, alleged. We've been trying to make this one happen for a minute, y'all. Apologize for the delay. We was trying to catch it while it's hot, but a whole bunch of shit came up. So that's how you know we just had to do this, man. All right, we had to because, you know, everything tried to keep it from working. Shout out to Ronnie Ron. What's going on, bro, for the fire? Appreciate you. So, hey, let's go ahead and get into it, man. So, as we all know now, all right, this individual right here, Michaela or Michaela or whatever the hell you want to call it, Pink, right? Make sure y'all get this for the witness stand. All of you that may not know. For all of you that may not know. This right here. All right. Was come to find out to be a scammer, a criminal, while also being a level up chick. You know, the chicks is what that tells black women you're too good for them. They're all dusty. They're all dominated. They're all this. They're all that. They're all bad. They're all negative. All of these things. Okay? That's all they are. Right? So, come to find out, she got jammed up in Scamlanta, the United States capital of scamming, for pretty much getting over on all the people that she claimed she was helping. And of course, the sisterhood is in silence. She did collabs with this person and that person and all of these same things going around telling the good old black man that, like, hey, there's no such thing as a high value black man. They're all low value, or they're homosexual, or they're dusty, they're crusty, they're this, they're that. Again, nothing positive to say, but lo and behold, what do we have here? A whole nigga. Not a half a nigga, a whole nigga. Anybody else want some Count Chocula right now? This bitch got the Count Chocula face and hairline going to the max. Right here, right now. Look at this shit. And again, everybody want to be a nigga. Nobody want to be a nigga. You mean to tell me this ain't motherfucking Paul Mooney in a what's going on here? Everybody want to be a nigga. Nobody want to be a nigga. I tell you, I'm just saying. We had a whole nigga out here, man, that went on one of these, wonderful fucking magic carpet rides of black men ain't shit. Black men don't do this. Black men don't do that. Right? And what my man GC is going to do here, see, he's going to give the other side. Because, see, she is the covert, one of the covert people to where you like, you got all of this fucking cake up, fake up, fucking, what do you call it? Hocus pocus on a motherfucking face. This is why I tell y'all, man, a bitch gotta have, bro. She gotta have the bare face, bro. She not pretty off rip, bro. If she not motherfucking pretty off rip, I can't fuck with her, bro. I can't. All right? You know what I'm saying? Yep. On Lipstick Alley saying, no matter how much you make, you're still a black man. Be humble. You likely wouldn't be a match for me, but good luck finding someone. There are thousands on my channel who would love to be picked. By what, bitch? What we doing? We changing transmissions? We hooping? We sparring? We motherfucking giving lineup tips? Because, bitch, you definitely need a lineup, bitch. I got some motherfucking T outliners to send you, okay? But other than that, for what? What a nigga want you for? A bare face can save you from a booger bear. But now we finna throw it to my man GC, because every now and again, you do have a chick that, even though she's a bitch, even though she's toxic, even though she's unwanted by who she wants, she's still attractive. And that's one thing we like to do. We like to be transparent. We like to be honest. We don't make shit up about motherfuckers. We not go lie and say they're not. Again, a chick can be attractive and still be, extremely dumb and be extremely toxic. And she has to exist so this can exist. And then, we go get into the other one, the last of the king queen, okay, of this toxic motherfucking hate black man shit. But without further ado, my man GC's in the building. Shout out, brother. Real quick, let me get this super chat from Everyday Valet for the 5. Great video yesterday, bro, about the jab. I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Go ahead, GC. It's on you, fam.
Okay, so what I want to first talk about is some women were not genetically made or genetically equipped to be beautiful. You see, here's the thing. Just say one day you wake up with Superman powers and you just can't get shit right. You try to open the door and you break the motherfucker. You try to steer the steering wheel and you break the motherfucker because you're too strong. You're stronger than you're used to. See, with all of these new bad bitch surgeries and this, these new brand of tranny makeup and shit like that, all this new bitchcraft that women have is making them more attractive, or at least appear to be more attractive than they are used to being. This is a natural ugly bitch. Let's be clear. This is a natural ugly bitch. Now, what has happened is through the miracle of mirror technology, she was able to make herself look better. And I'm going to show y'all what I mean. I'm going to show y'all what I mean by that. If you could share the screen. Look at this bitch. Look at the before and after. Look at the natural versus non-natural. Y'all see the bitchcraft that's going on? Y'all see the bitchcraft that's in play here? You see, she spent her entire life looking like the bitch on the right. And then the moment she got a taste, the moment that foundation hit her face, the moment that doctor's surgery scalpel hit that face, she looked in the mirror and she said, oh, I'm a bad bitch now, so I am going to do what I think bad bitches do. And you want to know what she did? She divorced her husband. She divorced her husband after being with this nagaga for years. She divorces him and she says she's going to level up. She's going to take her 40-year-old pussy and put it out there on the street with all the women who are younger, hotter, sexier, childless. She thought that she could put her pussy out there and compete now that she was touched by the fairy god bitch and made into a bad bitch. However, However, no matter what, real men smell it. Men with money smell it. They smell the freshness. They smell the freshness of young pussy. They smell it, and they don't smell it on you. Just like a dog know when a bitch is in heat, they know when a bitch is old as fucking got 3 kids. No matter what, you thought you could compete with the beautiful women, didn't you? You thought just because you went to Dr. Plastic that you can compete with regular women, and you were wrong. You were wrong, because deep down they can feel it inside you. They can feel the skeleton of a bitch that is the one on the right. They know what you are deep down in your soul, and you couldn't compete. So what do you have to do? You decided to fake it until you make it, because everything about you is a fake it. And in order to fake it, what you planned, what your intentions on doing was pretend to be this level up chick. This chick with the ability to seduce men out of large sum of monies. And you can't do that being broke. So you had to go and scheme. You had to go and steal. You figured that if you rob from the rich and give to the bitch, that it will make yourself look more wealthy, that it'll make yourself look like you have more than you do, and that your worth came from your expired vagina. But it didn't. It didn't. Your wealth, your pretend wealth, came from stealing from motherfuckers. You are a common thief. You're like Jeremy Meeks, except you look worse naturally. You're the worst thing ever. And as a result of this, you were exposed. You were both exposed facially. Your witchcraft is gone like a Salem bitch. You were exposed facially. And in addition to that, you were exposed morally. Your character has come into play. We now see exactly the type of bitch you are. Yeah. I'm done. Yeah.
Hey, so as we see now, she's been exposed in both her lifestyle and her face style. Okay. So when this happens and stuff like this is why these women have to do these collabs, so they have to come out here. See, you have the other side of this, which is the same thing. Because who else do we have yet, y'all, to see without a wig on and a whole bunch of makeup, cake up, bitchcraft? Does anyone know the answer to that question? Again, the king/queen of I hate black man peen, but not really. The king/queen of I hate black man peen, but not really, because you know. Yes. All hail Cybertron. All hail Cybertron. And Wigatron is the motherfucking general of this shit. Listen, man, when are we gonna see? I'm just kidding. When are we gonna see what's under here, man? See, this is what Michelle Pink has done. Michelle Pink has made it blatantly obvious. And mind you, she's an old chick anyway, right? You can look at that's why I say, man, why y'all out here trusting these bitches? Again, bruh, a bitch should not be able, especially this was a woman that went around shaming black men, talking shit about black men. They're not this, they're not that, they're not this. And this bitch looked like Paul Mooney. She's like Paul Mooney, y'all. Again, this bitch got the best motherfucking fried catfish motherfucking recipe out here, bruh. This bitch is a shade tree mechanic. So again, just imagine when you see this right here. When you see this, Karl Malone. Karl Malone. Fucking Theo Ratliff. All of these kind of motherfucking vibes. And this is a bitch that constantly runs around the goddamn space, bro. Dusty, ugly, this, that, all of this negative shit. Again, when she told the story, she's told her story about, shout out to Council Murray for the 499. Appreciate you, brother. Shout out to MGTOW Fight for the 50, for the Mexican 50 ball. Thank you, brother. From Mexico, most definitely. All right? All of this strong shit. This bitch facelift 315. Ain't no point in fucking hitting her in the fucking headshot. You better go for the gut. This shit right here is impenetrable. I promise you, 50 cal proof. This shit right here is 50 cal proof. And I told y'all, I seen her behind the scenes when Hangouts was on with the dusty motherfucking stocking cap on, y'all. Slick down. Her and Tanya TKO got the same hairdo. That's another motherfucking cockeyed motherfucking. Oh, bro, where did ugly bitches get all of this? Where did we go wrong? Where do we go from here? How do we get here? How do we allow all these unattractive ass or yet to be proven attractive bitches to have all this negative shit to say about black men, bro? Bruh, that's just where this bitch is right. We're dominated. But not by white supremacy, by ugly ass bitches with a loud mouth. By ugly ass bitches that's got a fucking cult following. And it's about time we fight back, goddammit. This is the motherfucking, this shit right here, nigga, is fuck it. No more. Again, until this bitch takes off the wig and takes off this motherfucking 3A plus motherfucking protective covering on her face, shut up. Be quiet. You don't want to hear it. We need to see what you look like underneath so we can fairly assess the person that's motherfucking getting out all this shit to say about black men. You know, the motherfucker that you can't get, the motherfucker that don't want you, the motherfuckers that you got to steal sperm from, alleged. The motherfuckers that, and it's funny to me, again. Now, what happened was, we all remember, we're not gonna really go back down that thing, but this person was exposed. And for all the people saying, oh, that's not the case, no. Her crew dry snitched. Her crew dry snitched on her several times after the fact and trying to defend her and act like, because this is a motherfucker to say black men not this, black men not that, black men not this, black men not that, black men don't provide, black men are broke, black men have no character, no morals, they haven't built anything, but yet still you got a whole bitch out here that's still denying existence of a whole child, a whole human being. Allegedly, alleged. I will say allegedly, okay? Alleged. But this is a motherfucker that wanted to demand that black people somehow, or black men be this and that and all this upfront and all this other shit when, again, you motherfucking hungry for dick. See, this is the ultimate motherfucking thing right here. And now we're going to bring the third person into this because, see, a bitch like this can't exist without an actual pretty bitch. All right? Now, we all know who the reject of the motherfucking swirling pretty bitch is. And this is why they hang her around. Even though this bitch right here has talked shit about kids, the type of kids that her best Ace Boon Coon has. Mutts, mongrels, and all of these just very, very disrespectful shit. Some shit that if, and I've heard GC make this point, if any man ever said shit about this, about my kids, or a woman said some shit that was said about my kids like this, and I hung around them, I would be less than a man. Everybody would say how much of a hoe I am, how much of a pussy I am, how much I don't give a fuck about my kids, even though I'm, actually, acknowledging that my kids exist, but, just saying. But yet, it's still this woman here, who's a former swirler, got rejected, got dropped, and is now what? Back over here to you niggas because niggas, again, this is how I keep telling you, I know you niggas, man. Go get the fucking nearest ninja or Oster or whatever high-speed bender, put a wig on it, some eyelashes, and a fat ass Turn it on. You niggas will put your dick in it. Never fails. Never fucking fails. You niggas will fuck anything. And this right here is proof. Because this alleged, this bam, whole bam, 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 bam. It's a transgender. You see it? Look at the neck. Look at the shoulders. You think this is a man? You think this is a woman? You think this is a woman? Really? Come on. Stop it. Ugly bitches gotta keep a cute bitch around so people will motherfucking be like, okay, I can't stand this bitch. She's a bitch. She's not attractive. She's aggravating as fuck. She don't really got nothing to say. She just keep repeating herself, but this fine bitch over here with these big titties around, so I'll stay around and listen to her. And the fucking pretty bitch, you got the pretty privilege, is so motherfucking attention hungry and wants motherfucking acceptance back into the motherfucking fold that she'll take this abuse of a bitch that don't give her nothing, no fucking benefit, disrespect her whole motherfucking bloodline. But she motherfucking several times. But GC, it's on you, bro. Go ahead.
So, I mean, you know, about the big titty bandit, she disrespects her own bloodline on a regular basis. You know, every time she talks shit about, you know, about the people of the fair complexion and shit like that. She's talking shit about her own kids. Every time she's trying to bait black men into a civil war against men who haven't done any major atrocities to us in over 100 years, you know, she is bringing that fate upon her kids. She don't give a shit about black men or white men, because why would she behave in a way that affects both of them in a negative way? All she wants to do is get revenge on her ex. She wants to make society, the world, a little bit more hostile for her ex. She wants that nigga to get like a little poorer service every time he goes to the gas station or something, or every time he gets an Uber driver, or just anytime he's in the presence of black men. She will see the whole race burn just to affect this one nigga the same. She was rejected. Let's be clear. She wasn't just rejected by a single white guy that she divorced. No. She was rejected by the entirety of whiteness. That's right. The Council of Whiteness got together and said, fuck this bitch. They said that you are unworthy of my master of the universe penis. You are unworthy of my Aryan penis. I am going to begin my life again and have some full white children with a woman that is younger, hotter, sexier, whiter. He will continue this process. I'm pretty sure he has a whole new family. Right now, he is playing catch with a little blonde-haired, blue-eyed white boy. And he now makes more money. He now makes more money than he did when he was with you. You want to know what he did over your vagina? He leveled up on it. He has a whole new family. They be singing Christmas carols and shit like that, and he is leaving you and your children abrupt. He is just leaving y'all with no fireplace on Christmas. Every now and again, he knows a gift, but that gift will always be half of the gift that he give to his Aryan kids. Damn it, if he get his Aryan kids a PlayStation 5, he will give your kids a PlayStation 5 cut in half just to fuck with them, just to say that this is half. You are not worthy of the full thing. In fact, he probably give those kids an Xbox because it's black. Everything he gives your kids is worse because they came out of your vagina. And you know this. And living with this, you are trying to rebel rouse. You are trying to get the Hall of Black to defend the honor of your gray-haired vagina. But it's not going to happen. Why? Because the men who are that stupid enough to fight for you can't fight. That is why you find yourself in this quagmire of worthless vagina, and you will continue to do so for the rest of your entire children's life. It's not about this. It's about you wanting to feel like your vagina is still worth something, and it's still worth something to whomever it is you're fucking, if you're still fucking him. Why? Because black men were raised to do one thing. They were raised to fuck black women. Nothing else. Nothing less, nothing more. They mama, they boomer daddy taught them that to grow up black women. Shout out to Ice Cube. To a kid looking up to me, life ain't nothing but bitches and money. And you're the bitch now. You're the bitch now. See, you thought that you thought that you were different. You thought that, you know something, if I talk like this and behave like this, I will maintain a healthy relationship with a blended family. And how did you fuck that up? Isn't like the divorce rate between white women and or white men and black
the
women?
lowest. Yep. Because
exactly.
and let's deal right there real quick. GC, let me read these super chats and then we'll that's a great point to stopping point. Sure. Marquise 912 for $5. Just heard you and Game Changer go in on Psycho Candy, his incel stalkers. Y'all both gained a new subscriber. Glad to hear Real Brothers again. Yeah, man. Hey, y'all. Somebody need to do a wellness check on that dude. Make sure he ain't got no dead bodies or in no freezer or some people tied up in a trunk. Shout out to my man Devil's Bane for the 5. Amazing the difference some colorful dirt can make. Yes, it can literally turn a man into a woman. One man that's solo in the building. I saw my man Black Kraken in the building. Get rid of that 36-inch Yaki, Minesweeper eyelashes, and the 9 layers of construction grade war paint. You end up with a hood Squidward. Yes, indeed, man. Even worse than that. Just saying. Shout out to Solo TV84. Fantastic cooking again. Feeling like it's about to be summer madness again. Rip to Steve the Queen. Get him out of here, man. Shout out to Solo coming through in the building, man. And I think that's it. So GC, that was a great point, man, that you stopped on. Now, this is a thing that black women often do, right? Especially the swirlers. They say, well, you black men, you have the least successful marriages, and the best thing for a black woman is being married to a white man. What they don't do is they tell you, and again, remember, we just saw this where the NFL dude that literally almost beat that girl to death with his bare hands. And that wasn't the first time because she knew about it. You know what I'm saying? She didn't, but she knew about his condition. And she talked about how, it's never been this bad and all these other things. So what I hear is you done took one of these ass whipping before, bitch. You just decided to stay. Why? Because he was white. And black women literally motherfucking, it's funny to me because again, the pretty titty committee deals with motherfucking Wigatron over here. And Wigatron hates the pretty titty committee for twofold. One, because she's attractive in the face and she don't have to fucking do anything. Dudes actually like her. So that's one of those fucking love-hate, weird-ass motherfucking, female relationships, for one. And then two, because she can actually get who she actually wants, which is white man. See, that's the thing about it. See, this woman right here, alleged, has been rejected by men all her life. Even her own dad. That's what she said. This is her saying, it's not me. Hear her story about how her dad let her down and, nobody wanted her in high school or middle school because she had them fucking broad ass shoulders and that annoying ass voice and the hell of a jawline her whole life, a strong face, real strong with a K. And, so when she comes into a pretty chick, as much as she may hate him, she can't motherfucking get rid of him because she needs what? The residual dick. And this chick right here is literally her life goals to be pretty and to get some and to be wanted by white men, right? So what they don't tell you about the fucking white man, black woman dynamic is the black woman fucking actually worships the white man. This is why Wigatron always uses the white man as the standard and the way to fucking, the measure stick for the black man and to berate us. You haven't built this. You haven't done this. You haven't done that. White man, white man, white man, white man, white man. And from what I was told, when she originally came on here, she was throwing the hammer and the sword at these white dudes. To them white dudes, basically motherfucking put their dick on her head and say, hey, bitch, hey, nah, we're not having that. You're not finna come through talking this shit about us. You better go talk shit about them niggas because you come at us, we gonna come at you, we gonna shut your bitch ass down. And this is why she's been on this whole fucking thing, because now she's even been denied the ability to speak on the men she wants to pretty much get their fucking attention. Because again, she doesn't make the cut, man. She's not attractive. She's not feminine. There's nothing about her that would make a motherfucking white man say, hey, you come over here. You, hey, come here, girl. Come here, little Negro woman. I want a piece of that. And again, she's not even had a lot of niggas say that to the point of where this bitch out here pulling the Cardi P. Because if she allegedly has a kid, bro, I do not believe that any man purposely inseminated this woman. I just don't. I don't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in like, you know, mid to late 30s. Who would do that? Who would doom their fucking, not only like their life, but their child? Would you doom your offspring to this shit, GC?
I mean, fellas, well, the thing is, fellas, and I said this before. I said this on a breakdown before. You got to flush your condoms. I can't stress this enough. You got to flush your condoms. And then if they say that don't flush your condoms because it clogs my toilets, condoms do not clog toilets. Let's be clear. They be putting whole kind of feminine items and stuff down the toilet and all kind of, you know, burrito afterlings and everything down the toilet. Condoms do not clog up the toilet. No, if she says that she is after your sperm, and don't believe these chicks when they say, "Oh no, your sperm ain't worth nothing." It is worth everything. It is worth everything. You know, by the time she was like 35 when that happened, by the time that happened, she had 8 eggs left. She had 8 eggs left, and each and every single month she was on a time thing. She was desperate for sperm. She went from coast to coast looking for sperm. She was on a sperm quest like motherfucking Zelda. Okay, so if you do not flesh it, they will grab it. They will take it out of the garbage can, take a turkey baster or an eyedropper and inject it into themselves. I shit you not. If they slurp and do not swallow, they will spit their own baby inside of themselves. You must be careful at all times when dealing with your sperm. I don't care if you are a jawline nigga. I do not care if you are rich, if you are poor. Your sperm is worth something, especially to a chick who is on that time clock. She's looking to punch that clock, fellas. She is looking to punch that clock by any means necessary. She will sneeze it out into herself if she can, okay? You know, if she slurps, make sure she swallows. In fact, don't even let her slurp.
Yeah, if you, if you fucking with this right here, bro, you can't tell me that I'm just saying, hey, now, I'm just saying, if you fucking with Wigatron, bro, that's to each his own. Shout out to Platinum Elite for the 50 paper check. I most definitely appreciate you, brother. So, what we recently had happen here, and again, it's funny. Like I said, we talk about the whole dynamic between her and the pretty big titty committee, right? Mm-hmm. As to how they want to dominate this conversation about how everything's on the black man's fault, and then you get back to fucking Paul Mooney over here. You get back to motherfucking Paul Mooney. And she's doing the same thing. And this is why they have to have this tag team effect. Again, this is what gave me the inspiration to do this, because they're never hardly ever alone, because they have to motherfucking, it's like the Sith, right? The rule of 2. You know what I'm saying? The rule of 2. You have to have it, the fucking apprentice and the master, or, you know what I'm saying, the leader and the study. And what happens is, again, man, once you get your group of your cultists and your fucking followers against this group of cultists and followers, and again, it's just this ultimate thing of black women telling black men, look, I will fucking be miserable and be happy with fucking dildos, D batteries, and other bitches that hate you before I fucking submit, lay it down, and give myself to a fucking man that can literally motherfucking give me everything I need in life. All right. Even the one, because again, especially we've seen with fucking the Michelle Pink bitch, again, bitch, what you got to offer? You scamming, you broke, you're a criminal, you're unattractive. No, everything you said was a lie. And came to find out the same thing with fucking Wigatron. Wigatron's doing all this shit. Black men are dusty, black men are this, black men are that. And this bitch hopping on a whole plane going cross country to motherfucking chase down some dick and steal some semen. And it's like, well, why'd you? No, you must want. No, nigga, stop it. Stop. Damn motherfuckers get this childish ass thing. Oh, you so concerned. No, I'm concerned with, or was concerned with that situation And just like black men should forever keep this shit. It's some of this shit, bro, you gotta always point out to a motherfucker, bro, once it's out there. Because this is how fucking people do shit, right? You do people from Israel ever let you forget about the shit that happened in Germany? No, they won't let you. You know, that's why they're winning. That's why they're winning. Niggas have this ultimate motherfucker. Oh, forgive them. Oh, forgive them. Oh, that's the past. If we thought like people from Israel thought, black people will be the motherfucking most dominant motherfucking force. We'd be like, no, bitch, look what the fuck you did to us. You're not finna motherfucking shame us up out of this shit. Give us our shit. Shut the fuck up. You can't talk about it. You can't say nothing about it. But even then, at this small shit like this, it's a bitch that gets to hop on YouTube every day, talk shit about black men, where she motherfucking claims she hate black men, but we know she can't get a black man. Finally got one, came to him, chased down the motherfucking dick, and stole motherfucking semen, allegedly. Because again, I'm not gonna put that man on. I'm just not gonna put that on that man, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna put that on that man that he would be, and he already had what 4 baby mamas. Why? What man with 4 baby mamas would want to add one more, especially that one? You see what I'm saying? It don't make sense to me. I'm giving him enough of that credit. I don't even know shit about the nigga like that. But hell, I know enough of him to know, like, damn, bro, you doing it like that, fam? So that's why I say, and again, man, you know, women have a lot of protections. A bitch steal a nigga semen, it's nothing he can do. It's over with. And then when you get the motherfucking shit out here in the open, this is what's going on, and this motherfucking scamming ass bullshit, this was a scam too. This was a huge fucking scam. A bitch claiming she hate black men, can't stand black men, and all of a sudden, bitch, you gobbling whole black dicks and get pregnant by them in your mid-30s, allegedly. Mm-hmm. The fuck going on here? And now we got this same shit with the Michelle Pink bitch that's been going on around here dealing with another fucking, what's the other bitch name? Pink Pill, right? Pink Pill and whatnot, what have you. And Pink Pill got exposed by her shit. And this is the thing about, wonderful thing about women, especially the black women. All you need is patience, bro. Because in due time, they're going to fall out and they're going to snitch on each other. In due time. It never fails. Because the whole shit came up with Wigatron because somebody that she knew what the fuck was going on was like, hey, man, and this person actually did it in good faith because, hey, look, I cannot sit back and let this woman talk this shit and talk down on black men and this and that, and black men ain't this, black men ain't that. And the whole time, this bitch is out here, motherfucking, like you said, coast to coast, dick hopping. Mm-hmm. Dick hopping, motherfucking coast to coast, and getting pregnant when you should well damn know better, allegedly.
Well, I mean, as far as the chick with the wig goes, she's suffering from not hot syndrome, and it's a form of low self-esteem. And the only difference between this and low self-esteem or depression due to, you know, their own lack of vanity and things like that is that it's actually true. You see, there's a lot of women who are attractive, but they think that they're significantly less attractive than they are. So you will see that these women are oppressed, depressed. They have low self-esteem, and they use nefarious tactics to try to attract a mate. In her case, it just so happens to be true. You know, kind of like the pretty girl who thought she was ugly, maybe because she's black and she grew up around a lot of white people, or for whatever reason, she thought that she was ugly for a number of reasons. She was one of those kids that picked the white doll when she was a baby, you know. But imagine that, you know, all of the psychological crap that builds up from that, and then add on to the fact that you're actually an ugly bitch. You know, and this isn't just my physical assessment of you. This is the story of your life. You see, black men have the lowest standard in all of creation. We have the lowest physical standard. Black American men have the lowest physical standard that has ever existed, ever, as far as I understand. So, and you got rejected by them. You know, not once, not twice, but on a constant and chronic basis.
Yeah, so, for life, man. For life.
Exactly.
For life.
So you come to two understanding. You come to two understanding in your life. One is that as long as there is another woman around, whether she's black, white, et cetera, even fat, you know, apparently, as long as there's another woman around, they will fuck her over you. You've come to that original conclusion, and then you came to another conclusion, and that is that the only men that will fuck you are the ones who are ashamed. For example, somebody in high school fucks Cynthia G, right? He goes back to his boys and tries to keep it a secret. However, she blurts it out. And they say, you should be ashamed of yourself for fucking her. You should be ashamed of yourself for fucking her. It's
yeah, because now if you fuck that, you might fuck niggas.
Exactly. So basically, they're saying you should be ashamed. Be ashamed for fucking her. So what
GC? GC, to your point, again, this is something that we did have in our time. There was like, hey man, why is you out here fucking with that ugly ass hoe, bro? What is you doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? We would joke, you at least joke them. We wouldn't just let that shit slide by once it got out there, man. And again, even though and it was good fun and healthy, because it's like you should be shamed for this. Okay? Exactly. You should be shamed for, again, sticking your penis in something that could pass for you. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And brothers don't shame easy. Brothers do not shame easy, you know. I mean,
exactly. So, it's got to be pretty bad. That bitch it's got to be something really, really wrong for me. Like, hey man, you got that pussy, man. You got that. Oh, you fucking them hoes. Whoa. Who? Her? Nigga. It turns the whole thing. You know, roll swaggy. You know, the whole fucking situation changed when you give a certain bitch's name or whatnot, what have you. You know what I'm saying? That shit get out of there. So. Just saying, but shout out to Reginald Thompson III. What if I'm homeless? Should I be worried, GC? We got off track. I think I missed that one. I don't remember the context of that one.
Yeah, he's talking about people who should protect their sperm. Listen, if you are homeless and you give your sperm to Cynthia G, you should be ashamed.
Yeah.
The other homeless are saying you should be ashamed. And they are saying that while they eat half-eaten garbage. They picture a homeless man underneath a bridge burning a fire in an old garbage can, and he's eating a half-eaten Burger King Whopper, and he is saying, "Oh, goddamn, you one nasty ass nigga, you fucked her." That's how the homeless talk about her pussy.
It'll probably be a bum fight too. It'll be a bum fight. A nigga will fight you for that.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. That's shameful. That would definitely be somewhere written in the motherfucking, you know, homeless nigga bylaws. Shout out to Charles Merchant for the 10. Appreciate you, brother. If Miss Pink grifted men, she would not be charged. She's answered for her crimes because she got over on women. Yep, according to the law, she can only be a victim of a male, never aggressive. Great point, Charles Merchant. Appreciate you, brother. And again, shout out to Chris C. Y'all going there? Hey, man. Hey, we doing it for the culture, man. We're just pointing out this hypocrisy in this shit as to where, like you said, these women are allowed to come on here, bro, and show their fake selves. Again, we have seen everyone should be demanding this shit now. I said this, and Fantastic did this, okay? Because I said no makeup 2020. She never answered the challenge because see what people don't understand and realize is for whatever reason, little old Fantastic was on this ugly ass bitch's radar. Don't know why or how. Don't know why or how. Don't know. We had a couple run-ins on the Rumble or whatnot last year, but she would still talk shit about me, just, you know, randomly. And I'm just like, damn, you watching me? Because I ain't saying shit about you. I'm not even really mentioning you, you know? So, I mean, I'm kind of confused, but it is what it is, and I just ignored it. So I've been letting it build and letting it build and letting it build. But, you know, I throw a little jab here, a little shot there. You know, no makeup 2020. I say, just answer the motherfucking challenge, baby. We doing challenges. Niggas is like the challenge kings, right? And I said, jump in the pool 2020. We're going to extend that to 2021. No makeup, jump in the pool, no wigs 2021, bitch. What's good? Can you do it? Are you willing? Because again, I know everything I'm saying about you is true. You're unattractive. You're annoying as fuck. No man can motherfucking stand you long enough to even get his nut off, which any man that can get his nut off, I question his sexuality. Because remember, this is the same person, GC. I don't know if you remember that last year that said, oh, black men want to be with white women because they really want to have sex with white men. And I'm like, whoa, what, bitch? Wait, huh? Whoa, hold on. Wait, what? So niggas is fucking Becky's and white bitches for the sake of like residual white dick? Like, what are you saying? Mm-hmm. But again, like you said, GC, when you suffered 30 plus years of being unwanted, imagine like, you know, GC, like how you used to go to like the little kids parties and shit, right? And everybody would fucking match up with the girl, motherfucking back that ass up, come on.
Yeah.
And everybody want that bitch that can throw her ass real good. You know, everybody want her. Niggas pushing you up, move, nigga, to get to her, jump behind her, right? And then you got everybody else falls down the line, and she's the only one left. Imagine being musical chairs, GC, and a motherfucker just quit.
Exactly.
This chair is so bad. This chair is so ugly. This chair is so hideous. I'll eliminate myself. I'm not gonna sit in it. I'm not gonna do it.
Exactly. I mean, every now and again, there's going to be that chick, unfortunately. You know, when people play spin the bottle and the bottle is pointed at her, but you try to lie and say, oh no, it's pointed at this, it's pointed at her. And you're trying to like move it to the side a bit, like nah, you see, no, this is 135-degree angle, not 130. You know, you got the protractor there and shit. You know, that is her. That's the one.
Nigga just break the bottle, GC, and stab himself in the neck. Fuck it, I'm out.
Exactly. So when that's your story, and the only men who will fuck you is the men with no self-respect, you try to take this self-respect away from men. And that's what this whole beta male coon escapade is from. She knows that a self-respecting man isn't going to want to be with her, so she tries to take a man's self-respect. And that is her whole campaign. That's her whole body of work. All of this is so she can get her last dozen eggs fertilized, you know, before it's too late. That's it. You know, she's trying to beat the clock, and she doesn't care. She's trying to shame all the men, and thinking that I am, because I'm conquered or whatever the fuck, I should fuck her.
Basically that's and GC, like you said, man, that's the crazy part about this whole thing. This weird ass reverse psychology. And this is what, like, black women for forever, even as black girls, you know how black girls, she won't say I like you or whatever, right? She'll hit you. Or she'll try and, you know, start a fight and y'all end up tussling and shit. And then in the middle of that shit, she like motherfucking give you a kiss on the cheek, or she motherfucking, you know, grab on your motherfucking your nuts or something. And it's like, whoa, wait, bitch, what? Imagine being, again, that way and having to use those tactics for 30 plus years of life. Again, man, I would have sympathy for the bitch if she wasn't such a bitch.
Well, I mean, she gets people when their self-esteem is low. That's the only penis she can get.
Or drugged. Or drugged.
Exactly. Or they fall for some type of bitchcraft, you know. But I mean, you know, say something happened, right? I get my ass kicked in junior high, right? And then at that point I feel low, and she comes along, as chicks do, you know. I was small for my age, as chicks do, and say, hey, you know, I know you're feeling bad, but you know, since you just got your ass kicked, I know it was embarrassing. How about you fuck me? You know, is basically how they get down. They try to find you at your low point. And that's what you do when you're at a low point in life, and you fuck her, hoping nobody hears or sees or smells about it. That is what you hope, and that is your only pick me up. The problem is that black men collectively are not at a low point in their life, so she has to make one for them so that they will be apt to place their penis inside of her and hope that they forget to tie the condom in a knot, then put it in the toilet, then flush the toilet and put the lid down. Tie the condom in a knot, then put it in the toilet, then flush the toilet and put the lid down. Make sure you do that. Make sure you do that. If you find yourself at the opposite end of a half-eaten Whopper of Burger King, and you feel so undignified, so low in life that you must do something like that, make sure that you tie the condom in a knot, then put it in the toilet, then flush the toilet and put the seat down. Make sure you do that when dealing with her, please.
Shout out to Chocolate S for the $2. Appreciate you. So where the pretty big bitch, big titty committee comes in is, again, this is the, like, you remember cod liver? You ever taken cod liver oil, GC?
Mm-mm.
All right, so back in the day, you know, when you get sick or whatnot, especially in the South, fucking they give you cod liver oil. Cod liver oil was supposed to be, I guess, something like earlier before black seed oil. People really know what it was, but it was like this cure all pretty much anything you did, and it was really supposed to be good for you, but it tasted like it was cod. It was like fish.
Okay.
So it was like, nigga, the essence of fish, bro. Like, like the worst shit ever. But what they do is, right? You fucking put you in like a spoonful of sugar, mix the fucking cod liver oil in with the sugar, which really didn't. It's just like sweet fish. Just imagine like sugar on a fucking raw piece of like dead fish. Either way. So this is why the Pretty Bitch Big Titty Committee is around, for you to be easily digestible and people even come around. This is why fucking she was let back into the fold, even though, like you said, and again, I'm not speaking negatively about the woman's kids. I'm not saying exactly. We're gonna get this clear. We're talking about, again, if any black man was hanging around a group of men that were disrespecting his children, especially about something they couldn't help, right? Their race, the people who brought them in this world, using fucking language like mutts and again mongrels and all this shit and whatnot, what have you, and you were around you, that black man would be a coward. He'd be a coward, and people would probably use it as a reason for him to not be around his kids. Because it's like, hey man, how are you as a man gonna be around and hang around a bunch of motherfuckers that disrespect your children? The first motherfucking duty as a fucking father, man, is to fucking protect, kill, and die in that motherfucking order. All right, protect, kill, and die about your motherfucking offspring. Because again, biologically, we're here to do what? Reproduce, keep our fucking bloodline and lineage going. So any man that will fucking willingly hang around people, disrespecting and possibly bringing harm to, because when a person says something so egregious and so fucking disrespectful as to call your children, minors, little children, these ain't like even teenagers, mutts and all this aggressive ass language, that they might want to do something wrong to them, man. I'll take it that way. Mm-hmm. And if I was a man with mixed kids and a man or a woman or anybody around me called them mutts, they would get a very, very unpleasant rude awakening in real time. As to where I might have some charges coming my way. Because how dare you? If you got a problem with me, I'm grown. It is what it is. You address me. But for you as a grown adult to disrespect and pretty much threaten my kids, that's going to be a problem. And again, it shows you just how fucked up this fucking, the scales and the balance and the wager that the sisterhood, quote unquote, is, that it's 99.99999% hood and 0.0, not actually, this is like -10 motherfucking sister, But once you've done that and you got to come back, that's what you agree to. And that's what the Pretty Bitch Big Titty Committee had to motherfucking do in order to get back into the door. So you done went over there with that white man, he got rid of your ass, right?
Well, I mean, the sisterhood is like a no-pledge sorority. It's basically, so you have shout out to the pretty girls, shout out to the AKA, shout out to the Delta, shout out to the Zeta, shout out to the SG Rose, shout out to all of them. They have a pledging process. They have a process that you have to go through in order to get in and to be worthy, and then you have to maintain a certain image. Or else they will kick you out. They have kicked out women before for behaving in a way that shames the organization. The reason why I say that is to say the sisterhood that they belong to, you don't really need any qualifications. You don't really need any qualifications to be a part of it. You just kind of walk in and say, black man, black man, black man, I'm walking in. And that's why. So basically, she spent her whole life not developing contact. And I'm talking about the big titties. She spent her whole life not developing connections with sisters, and then she found herself in a situation where she had no friends. Because
she had to depend on them. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because now I want to break this down to y'all, fellas. Now I've never been divorced, but I know people who went through it. What they told me is that the friends have to pick. The friends have to pick. The people who are friends of the couple has to pick. And all the white people picked him when she went through her divorce with the thing. It's obvious, or else she would be talking to white people and doing white people stuff right now. But instead, she's out trying to, gain the attention and adoration of black women. Why? Because she has nothing else. This is her only foothold into blackness, is the sisterhood. Why? Because the sisterhood is the sorority that accepts anybody. I got to step away for a second, but could you take over for like 5-10?
Yeah, no problem.
All
Shout out
right.
to Rocky N for Big Mike challenging other inmates to the yard to arm wrestle. Wrestling matches for packs of cigarettes. Level up. Shout out to Rocky N. And listen, man, this is the whole thing. Like I said, I've seen this fucking dynamic happen over there for a while. And they operate like niggas, right? The pack thing. The motherfucking niggas don't motherfucking, they don't want no, ain't no fair ones, ain't no one-on-one. You know, we're gonna motherfucking overpower you with serious motherfucking aggression and extreme violence. I think that's what they said, the fucking the Lethal Interjection crew on the Butch Madness episode when the white boy took Riley's chain. And he's like, nigga, we ain't doing no fair fights. We ain't doing no one-on-ones. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Red Alert for 5. Y'all spitting facts today, directing that whole crew like a lad. Hey, you know what it is, man. This has been long overdue. Because like I said, I done let a whole bunch of shit slide and whatnot. Will have, oh, nigga, you ugly, you this bitch. You whatever, bitch, ugly bitch. Listen, this is what I know, okay? This is what I know. If I let you, bitch, you relax your throat. And again, that's not even to the man. No, not to the bam, but to the fucking the pretty bitch big titty committee. Listen, bitch. Again, it's been said what you said about the black man you've chosen. Right? That's furthermore fucked up for you to pretty much to come back and you to get with a nigga that's so fucking beta that he's like, he's not even my type. He's not this, he's not that. But I need somebody to take care of me and all these kids I got from this fucking white man. So I'll take the nigga because he can motherfucking do what? He can give me what I need. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So again, a bitch calling a man ugly, bro. That's all you got. Come better than that. Because again, I can my ugly jokes are gonna be true and much funnier than yours. Just because you got a big platform, don't make it funnier. And my shit's gonna be factual. Listen, I can motherfucking take this shit off right here. You know what I'm saying? All this shit and nothing's gonna change here. But again, no wig, no makeup, hop in the pool 2021. When did we get this shit started? When is the challenge being accepted? That's all I've been asked. I asked for this challenge in 2020. If y'all remember this shit, right? Y'all has been fucking with me. What I said is, hey, no wig, no makeup, jump in the pool 2020. It's now 2021. Hey, it's here, even here. Springtime is upon us. A bitch that say ugly so much, I need to see what's underneath that goddamn. I need to see what's underneath there, man. Because now that we seen this, just lo and behold, and I told y'all, I saw the slick down. I seen it. The Tanya TKO without the motherfucking cockeye. I seen it. Oh, shout out to Roastmaster 1 for the $10 cash. I appreciate you, brother. Shout out to Roastmaster 1. Appreciate you. I synced it. So again, when are we going to the band? And y'all niggas like this motherfucking video, man. Like the goddamn video. Yeah, shout out to Salvatore MGTOW. That happened 30 minutes away from where I stay at. That AKA Pippin scandal happened at Fort Valley State University in Georgia. In Fort Valley, Georgia. Messed up like a whole board of fucking directors. These chicks was fucking pimping out. The administration of Fort Valley State University was pimping out the fucking sorority of AKAs. Shout out to motherfucking grown man business in the business. Where's your white man 2021? And again, man, that's another big part of it too. This motherfucker here, bro, has gone her whole life being unwanted. That's a fact. Not no jokes, not no LOL, not no Kiki, like dead ass serious. So she's gonna come to the internet and take it out on black men because she's not wanted. To the point of where you had the motherfucker chase down some dick and allegedly steal some sperm. What can a bitch like that say about anybody? At 30-something years old, we should know better. Looking like a man. It looked like a man. What'd you say, Miss Swan? I said it looked like a man. I know, sis. That's what I'm saying. And again, some ugly chicks fucking get this thing where they say, hey, I'm not going to take this shit. I'm going to fight back. I'm going to spend my whole life fighting like a nigga, like the nigga that I look like the nigga I am. The shoulders, the face, the jawline, all this shit. Fuck it. I'm going to fight like a nigga. I've been doing it all my life. I had to fight. Till you do right by me. Till you do right by me. I know that bitch done said that shit in her life before. Get to run around the motherfucking internet and challenge motherfucking black men, bro. Again, when black men have motherfucking been progressing, even since this bitch's motherfucking time on YouTube. Going to war with this one, going to war with that one, talking shit about this one, talking shit about that one. And it's just like, bitch, shut your ugly ass the fuck up. Period. Take that goddamn mask off, bitch. Percocet, Molly Percocet, bitch. Take the mask off. Take the fucking mask off. And again, every time a bitch take her goddamn mask off, this is what we go end up with. God damn it, I dropped the motherfucking thing. Oh, well, this will work too. Fuck it. We'll end up with a not so young motherfucking old motherfucking Paul Mooney lookalike. That's what we gonna end up with. This Michaela Pink bitch. This is what she looked like, y'all. Just in case for y'all that didn't, and make sure y'all like this goddamn shit, man. Y'all fucking around. Like the shit. Like the goddamn shit. Okay? You see this? This is what happens when these bitches take this motherfucking. You can't tell me that ain't Paul Mooney in a fucking time machine. This nigga Paul Mooney got the motherfucking space-time continuum figured out and he fucking hiding the shit. Come on now, Paul. Shit. Look at this shit. You ain't fooling nobody, nigga. So, and imagine her. So, look at her. So, imagine this bitch, Wigatron, take all that shit off. Nigga, I don't think we'd be able to bear it, nigga. On some Medusa shit. Niggas will turn the stone. That bitch take that makeup off, that wig off, and look at you, nigga. You. That was the whole goddamn thing with this motherfucking what's the name shit. Shout out to motherfucking Zero Police. Good morning. I'm telling you, man. That's all I'm saying, bro. Shout out to my man, Kurt Chris the God. Hey, man, listen. I didn't left this shit alone for quite a while, bro. But again, this is all we needed. Because if this bitch here, I look like this, imagine. Oh, Morgan Freeman was right. I told you she was Paul. See, I didn't know you said this. I didn't. Hey, great minds, brother. Great minds. Y'all definitely need to get these motherfucking likes up for this shit, goddamn. Well, you back, man. Go ahead, GC. What you got on it? We was talking about Pretty Big Titty Committee, and Ugly Bitch motherfucking Alliance.
Yeah. So I mean, the thing about Michelle Pink is that and all of these level up chicks, they don't understand, or their audience don't understand that this is a short game. What do I mean by short game? The game that they're playing can last as long as their lies can be maintained. And these, you have chicks lying about whole 3 kids and stuff like that. So what, you think you're going to marry a guy who doesn't know you have kids? You think you're going to marry a guy that's never seen you without makeup, without a wig on, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? The first time he see you looking like you look, looking like your Paul Mooney self, he's going to leave. He's going to be like, oh shit, even if he falls for the illusion, even if he falls for the witchcraft and shit like that, you know, he's going to leave. And that's why these bitches get so happy for dinners and shit. You left a whole husband that tolerated your ass, and he's seen you how you actually wake up in the morning. He's seen you, you know, without the makeup and all that shit. You left him so you can walk around and get dinners and get as much free shit as you can until he realizes that you look like you do. You're not leveling up. You're the motherfucker that go to the Mercedes-Benz dealership and get free candy and say, "Oh yeah, I leveled up." You know, or you get free bottled water, you know, so they could try to sell to you or something like that. And you say, "Ooh, I leveled up." Or when you leave and say, "No, thank you," they give you a complimentary pair of gloves and you say, "Oh, I leveled up." You haven't leveled up shit. You're just taking the free shit. You're taking the brochure. Everything you get is a take one free, while other people are actually buying the car. Why? Because they have value. They have sexual currency, and you don't. You go to dentist office to dentist office, you know, because you don't have a dental plan, and Obama's not covering that shit. You go from dental office to dental office getting free lollipops because nobody would give you ugly ass candy on Halloween. That is what is your life, you know, taking free handouts and calling it a meal. That's what you do. You're taking the shit that nobody else wants. You're taking participation trophies and pretending to be a champion. You are the loser of vagina. Just to be clear, you are the loser of vagina. And just like losers of any sports get to keep their jersey, that is the trinkets that you get. However, you wanted to make sure that those trinkets look like more. They look bigger and badder than what they were. So what do? You go out and steal and say that, oh, this is my level up money. No, that's your hustle money. That's your stealing money. That's your scamming money. That was your attempt to fake until you make up your face. Now I wonder, what do they do? Does she go around like this on a day-to-day basis, or when they arrest people, do they fucking hose them down? I got a feeling that, you know, during intake, when they check their vagina for crack and shit, they check their cracks for crack. I got a feeling that they just sprayed a bitch's face down. So, you know, the computer imaging software can get a clear look at what the bitch looked like, you know, because she probably had makeup on like during the arrest. She probably had it on, and they just hired a bunch of cops with those things that motherfuckers use to take off paint, and a hammer at the back of it to scrape it off, and just took the shit off her face, and it peeled. It peeled. It was a whole orange peel full of shit, and they did that to reveal her face. This bitch is Zartan. This bitch, she's one of those people with those electro masks. You know how they did back in the day, and they take it off. Y'all say Scooby-Doo. Yeah, they just take it off, and it's a whole different person underneath. That's what this bitch is. She's a fucking alien. She is a fucking alien. Look at her. Look at this shape and dimension. Here, let me share the screen. Look at the shape and dimensions of her face. Look at the small mouth. Look at the oblong shaped head. She is an alien without the power to read people's brains. She's a sectoid. She doesn't belong to regular people. Okay? They did all kind of experiments on her and seen what happened if they took a regular woman and crossbred her with alien DNA and turned her into a bitch. That is what they did. What she means by level up, she means like she's going to try to get back to the mothership and shit. You know, this is who's on the other end. When ET phoned home, this was the bitch that picked up. Just to be clear, this is all kind of fucked up. This is what you are getting, fellas. This is what level up look like, ladies.
Yeah, and listen, man. One of the biggest things here is what do we see her with? GC, she's a wig wearer. You can't trust these wig wearing hoes, man. Because listen, this bitch had a wig that was so motherfucking so good that shit came down the cuff of that motherfucking widow's peak. Exactly. That widow's peak is wrong with a bitch. So imagine, man, I can't trust no. I can't trust no bitch, man. I ain't never seen her hairline. Come on now.
Yeah, she's Vegeta on. She's Vegeta in this shit. I mean, like
Yeah,
I'm telling you, like I look at her widow's peak. I look at her widow's peak, and you know what I think? I mean, because everybody know I'm on keto right now, but I mean, I'm feeling McDonald's. Like, did somebody say McDonald's right now? Because that's what the fuck I see. You know, I got a taste for McDonald's right now looking at that fucking hairline. She got golden archers or nappy archers in that motherfucking head right now.
Shout out to number 16, Close Encounters of the Dusty Kind Biatch. And again, listen to what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. This Dusty shit. This woman right here is an older version. She's older, right? She's older. She's an older version of motherfucking Wigatron. That's all it is.
Well,
this bitch right here actually had some level of. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying she's only like 2 years older, right?
Oh shit! This bitch, she in her 30s?
No,
that bitch ain't 30.
No, Michelle is 40. Michelle is 40, but
oh God,
Wigatron is that's it. Because and I just knew that from the news article.
I thought the bitch was about 50 something.
No, because see, here's the thing about her. Because I've seen ugly bitches do this in Cali because it don't snow here. Like y'all get to have snow fights in places where it snows. Ugly bitches have gravel fights. Basically, they just take some hot ass gravel and throw it at other bitches' face all the time, and then they wind up looking like this shit. Like, so yeah, she's been having hot gravel fights her whole life. That's why she looks that way. But nah, she's only 40. So she's only like
listen, man, that black don't crack shit is not working no more. And again, nowadays, what can we do? Again, they can say black don't crack because these bitches got motherfucking body armor on their face. How you gonna crack that? Again, like I said, 50 cal rifle. She taking it to the face, no problem.
Yeah.
Punching you, she like, oh, give me more. Like, your hands can't harm this. This is impenetrable. What are you doing? So again, it's like I don't understand the whole aspect of this shit, man. But this is where we're at as to where these bitches right here, this Michelle Pink, everybody should be on Wigatron's ass. Be like, Wigatron, we need to see it. We need to see what's up under there. You claim to be a woman. You always talking about ugly this and dusty that, bitch. Why hide? What are you hiding? You must be hiding something because only attractive bitch, right? And that's why I say, man, that's why I fuck with the fucking bare-faced beauties, man. Shout out to all the bare-faced beauties. The bitch that's really fucking cute. No hair tie. Wait, we said hair tie, sweatpants, chilling with no makeup on, right?
Right.
Motherfucking Drake, you the fucking best, right? You know what I'm saying? If you got makeup, bro, I don't wanna, because again, I don't know. You're hiding something. And in the days of fucking bitchcraft and abracadabra, motherfucking all this shit, man. Listen, bro, there could be a whole nigga for real. Seriously, you literally be a whole nigga. Gotta be cake. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, fellas are starting to see the signs too. Like when I was younger, I have to say I did fall for it. I woke up a couple times and a bitch's whole face was in the pillow. And I seen what was underneath. I was like, oh shit. Not only did she fuck up my pillow, like this is what she looked like. That happened to me. But now I'm starting to see, like, you can start to see where the makeup begins in the face, or where the face begins and the makeup ends and shit like that. So we're becoming more sophisticated, and this shit's not gonna fly that much anymore.
Hey, it's again, man. This shit needs to stop today. Listen, bro, especially for you niggas out here or whatnot, what have you. She be like, bitch, shut the fuck up. You ugly. You hiding something. Y'all, and to the women following them, y'all should be worried because y'all, like I said, what y'all gonna do when they do the fucking Scooby-Doo mysteries? They pull that shit off, and you see this up under there. This discredits your whole shit. It makes y'all taking another L, man. Y'all take the L every time in this shit. That's what women don't understand and realize.
It's just a long L. It's like fa la 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 la. Like it's just a continuous L. Like, just continuous lies. See, here's the thing, because about Pink. you ever wonder, and this goes into my alien theory. You ever notice how you never seen a female predator?
This is true.
Like you only see the male predators, but where do other predators come from, right? There has to be a female predator. Share the screen, please. There it is. There it is. That is the female version of the predator. When they say you are an ugly motherfucker, this is the mother that they are talking about. This is not just makeup, fellas. This is a disguise. This is a disguise. These bitches aren't 100% human. I'm telling you, she comes from elsewhere. She comes from elsewhere. She just goes around seeing if they can take sperm and get shit to take back home and shit. They just prey on regular people.
We got a man, King Sigma, in the building, man. King Sigma, what's going on with you, brother?
Hey, what's good? Good Monday, Mr. Fantastic, Game Changer viewers. Definitely one of those cases that falls right up my alley in regards to the Bottom Shelf Brad series and how I've, done quite a bit of reading on what I call the white male worshipers. And I got like a vault now, man. Like, it's amazing how many stories brothers be sending me, and I just can't get to them. But eventually I'm just going to release them all at one time. Like, I'm up to about 30 unreported stories. And one of the stories that I read about a white male worshiper, this one was like very tragic. There was a black female, I believe she was in her late 20s, and she was dating some, bottom shelf Brad, meth head Mike guy. And he and his mother buried her alive. And it was just by accident that the police found out about it after her family was, like, she's been missing for a certain amount of time, but they had like killed her and they buried her somewhere in Pennsylvania. But it was the mother and her son, and she was in a relationship with this guy, and it never received like no national news or anything. It was reported in one local paper. And what I love about so many black men speaking out on these things is that we are the news when it comes to putting this mirror up to the faces of society now. It's black men that are making these stories of anti-black maleness, hypocrisy go viral. If it wasn't for us, they would still easily be selling this bottom shelf Brad is the best man kind of package for $19.99. But if you've noticed, in the last 24 months, that attempt by the white male worshipers to sell that package, it's getting more and more difficult for them to sell that idea by the day. And this case that you guys are talking about is just a perfect example of how it was really just like, a short-term game for those that were the charlatans in a dress that were selling it. But it was never going to be a long-term benefit to the masses of black women that listen to that crap anyways, man.
Yeah, shout out to Hashim Jawar Nichols for the 5. Yep, Count Chocolate, most definitely, man. Definitely some Count Chocolate vibes. So Sigma, this and like I said, you bring that wonderful assessment of the reality of the white male worship that never ever really gets dove into like in depth, because if this is the ultimate catch-22, right? So even when you're trying to do like a case study as you do it and the approach you bring to it, to pretty much get down to the deeper cores and issues with it, like, psychological things and mindsets going all the way back to slavery and this stuff, and just how the black woman has always been the breaker of the black man, black woman contract. When they try to put it all on us, right? They say, you're jealous, you're mad because we don't want you. What's another one? You're just mad because you really want these women. That's why you're worried about the white man. You're jealous of the white man. And this is all this language that we always hear. So in order to not really do it, you just leave it alone, because it's going to be all of this fucking, this deflection, the shaming language, all these other things. Even when you talk to them and you bring up a case like this, as to where you're singling out a person, and talking about the person. Oh, well, you talking about it, you must want her. You must this. Like, bro, no. Why the hell would I want a nigga? Why the fuck would I want a motherfucking a 1990? No, bro, stop it. Okay, I can get attractive motherfucking women that actually, you know, look good and or have a feminine build. Don't hit me with this bullshit like I'm on some motherfucking, you know, that stop. You want to have a conversation, to have a conversation. My whole thing is what these women get to do is, man, they get to hide behind this white male worship, like you say, and just constantly attack beyond the attack on black men as if that's going to get them the goal of, you know, getting the man they actually want to want them.
Well, I think in a way, I think that they're correct, though, Mr. Fantastic.
Oh, really? How so? Go ahead, elaborate.
Because it depends on who you mean by the man that they want. See, my whole basis of the reason why I do that Bottom Shelf Brad series is to show that is the man that they want. The white man is the man that most of these women want. See, that's what I'm trying to say, is that my own research is showing me more and more. Okay, again, you and I had this conversation a year ago, and we were talking about like the OkCupid and the Tinder study. The largest real world example that we have of racial dating preferences and standards ever released to the public. Do you know what happened when the liberal media got a hold of that? They forced OkCupid to table that study. We all saw it. Some people saved it. The number one group that was trying to date outside of their ethnic group was American black women. Okay? That study was tabled. You can't even find it on OkCupid site. That was almost 700,000 of their they sampled 700,000 of their users, and black women were number one for those trying the hardest to match with a non-black person, but yet being chosen last of all ethnic groups. They got so much pressure. They took the study down from their website, and you got to go all the way back into the Wayback Machine archives to find the damn study. So what I'm saying is that when we talk about the man that they want, I think that the white value man is the man that they want. And shout out to the brother David Carroll for coining that quote where he says that his white skin covers a multitude of imperfections and sins. That's why he said that. But I think what's happened is that him being an older gentleman, they didn't take him as seriously. But now that younger men are coming along onto the social media platforms and speaking out, that's why people are starting to take it more seriously. But I think that white value man thing was way underplayed, and that, dude, behind the scenes, a lot of these black women, they're chasing after that white man. I had a perfect example in the gym the other day, talking to one of my buddies on the treadmill, and he knows a lot of shit too about what's going on with this racial dynamics and dating in my city. And we saw this black woman in the gym working out with a white dude. Nothing really surprising about that. But I had said something to him, and I would have never said this before the Bottom Shelf Brad series. I was like, I bet you I could pick the car of the white dude that she's with based on that she's with him. So we're looking at the car lot, and I said, that raggedy pickup, that's the car that dude was in. Lo and behold, when they left, they got in a raggedy pickup. I would have never thought this before a year ago, but the more I've investigated it, I've come to the conclusion that they're picking from the bottom quarter on average. It doesn't mean that every black woman that matches with a white guy or Asian guy is going to pick that bottom guy, but it means that if you threw a rock into the average white male worshiper, it's going to be a dude that's down and out on his luck or whatever, because again, they don't have any problem picking up the trash of white society and being uplifting him and paying their way, period.
Well, that's a couple of great. Hold on, who's that? Hold on. Somebody got. Let me see. We good. All right, we cool. All right. And that's a great point, Sigma. To go back to the OkCupid thing, because we just seen this recently. Remember, UN World did that thing about on Valentine's Day. Did you see that when they had like the illustration or the artwork done by the lady where the black woman was hugging herself? Everybody else had a person. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else had whether, and it was straight couples, LGBT couples, old and young couples, a whole bunch of different things. Every other dynamic. When it came to that black woman, bro, she was left there, massaging her own shoulders, And then furthermore, like you said, when it comes to this whole white male worship aspect of it, bro, these chicks will do, and that's why any white man will do. You had a fat ass white dude on here, I think it would be 2019 time frame, that made a video, and he was like, "Hey man, you guys are weirding me out because I have black women that I know is way too attractive to me, way too attractive for me. I'm a fat pudgy white dude that's nothing special, but yes, off the strength of me being white, I got this woman and this woman and this woman trying to get my attention and trying to date me, and I'm just like, I'm gonna take the ass, of course. I'm not gonna turn down the ass, but ultimately, like when I get into a conversation with them as to why, why they considering me, and it's just off the strength that I'm white. So, like you said, shout out to David Carroll, man. Any white man will do. In a lot of these cases, you get these women that get out here and lie to the majority of these black women, bro. It's like, look, man, you guys are the least wanted woman on the planet. Again, I'm not saying it as a slight. It's just a harsh, ugly truth, pun intended. And we got two examples of fucking ugly here. Okay, all right. So again, once you have those facts and that information out there, you guys get out here and tell these women to try and abandon the men that are going to be the only ones willing to really put up with your shit in the first place, and are just naturally biologically attracted to you because, again, you guys have the same phenotype and genetic base, probably from the scientific standpoint. You're setting them up for failure. But because, again, like you said, they have this infatuation with the white man, and they don't want to be controlled or listen to the black man, they're willing to motherfucking go down this road, man, and throw their whole life, to shambles. Even in this case, we got the pretty big. My bad, go ahead.
Or death. I mean, that's ultimately what we're talking about. Like, you're being kind by talking about, the scamming and all of the fake stuff. That's the front layer. But I mean, let's think about how many of these women end up either dead, raped, beaten. We had the most recent example with Chad Wheeler that made the news. And I still don't think that black men have really given themselves enough credit for making that story hit the news. Because again, up into Chad Wheeler, the face of all domestic violence that's promoted by these white male worshipers is the black male, right?
Yep.
But by black men saying, no, we're not going to let the mainstream media sweep this shit on the rug. Every time one of these stories drop, we're going to put out 1,000 other responses to it, and we're going to force it to go viral, no matter if you try to censor it. Now, the most recent domestic violence case with Chad Wheeler, he is the face of domestic violence. That young lady that was beating, that he told to bow down, because again, like you were just saying, these white boys understand that these women coming to them in a situation where that white male has all the leverage, because she puts so much onus on being with him that he has all the leverage. And when she didn't bow down, he tried to kill her. Okay, she was on
a bowl of cereal. The nigga went and ate a bowl of cereal, didn't he?
Yeah, he eating a bowl of cereal, green eggs and ham, talking to his pops on the phone, letting them know that, hey, there's nothing wrong here. There's a dead black bitch in the bathroom, but nothing unusual, pops. And then he hung up.
Said, you still alive? He's like, damn, you alive?
But then these same black women are always attacking black men, but they won't address the issue of there's only one group of black men that you're referring to. The degenerate, dysfunctional black men that turn you on when things are good, but then you want to get away from when he's bad. So they choose from the bottom 20% of mentally stable black men, right? And when shit goes bad, then the other 80 to 85% of black men are put into one box with all these dysfunctional, mentally unstable men. And I think that's what is important, that we always address the issue from that standpoint. This idea that black men are trying to get with the most masculine, manly women, stop it. The only reason that thinking black men address these issues because it forces an open dialogue in cyberspace where everyone's listening to all the sides. I'll say, wait. Well, I heard black men saying that they don't support dysfunctional, death dealing, genocidist black men. So what are you black women talking about? So what they're doing, they're running out of allies, bro. In 2021, they're running out of allies. They were dumped by the white feminists last election. So who do they got to run to now?
Exactly. And again, man, this the whole thing of that shit where that's a serious point there, Sigma, bro. They're willing to die, bro, before they just even follow the black man. And like I say, hey, let them eat cake, as they say, right? But let me get moved around. Let me get Rocky in here. Rocky in, what's going on with you, brother? Go ahead.
Hey, what's going on? The Fanto, and piece of the chat, the panel in the chat. I just got one question, man. Like all these women, you know, finessers, swirlers, level up chicks, you know, they get together with these dudes for these financial reasons. But where is the bail money, man? Where's the bail money? You get what I'm saying? All these financial reasons, like, oh, take care of me and this and that. Where is the bail money?
Hey, because you know, hey, Rocky, that's a good point.
Well,
that's a good point. Go ahead, Game Changer. You got it.
Well, there's two types at play here. There's the ones who are the level up chicks who are trying to, you know, get into these guys' wallets. And then there's the swirlers. And as King Sigma suggested, the swirlers typically are getting with the guys that don't have any damn money. And what they're doing, and I've seen this happen before, a lot of women, black women, they use their money to make it appear as if they're kept women. You know, like she's a lawyer and he works at Applebee's. But if they drive around in a Mercedes, her Mercedes, she let him drive. So it appears as if she's, you know, this housewife of wherever. But in actuality, she has a homosexual or a bubba-sexual. And, you know, she's just creating an illusion. But they tend to not get with the guys with money. Keep in mind that these are all guys that their own race don't want when they do this. These are all guys that for one reason or another, even with the football player, white women don't want.
Well, again, their whiteness isn't a plus to a white woman. It's nothing special. You know, until a black woman, that's the ultimate fucking trump card. So when these swirlers, and to Rocky's point, this is what I'm saying. Yeah, bro. Last time I checked, I mean, you usually got bond and bail set on fraud charge or whatnot, what have you. You know what I'm saying? You can get bond on that. So what's she still doing sitting in jail? You know?
Exactly.
But this is what this is like you say, man. But shout out to Indigenous TV for the 5. What gets me is white Pookie. They do all that just to get a white dude that acts like a ninja. And again, man, they like King Sigma said, bro, it's not the persona, it's not the action. That's what they want. Black women want a man they can control. They don't want a high value man. They don't want a stable man. They don't want any man that can have any control over them. For even with the Brad dude. See, people say, well, you can't use this in the case with Chad Wheeler. Chad Wheeler was an NFL star and, you know, millionaire or whatever the fuck he was, highly successful. Well, no. Well, even though he was, what was the thing? This woman still won out off of a major character flaw. The nigga was insane. Exactly. The same ass white boy. Yep. Exactly. It don't matter how much money he got. At the end of the day, go ahead, Sigma. Go ahead. You got it.
No, you just hit on, man. I'm so glad you brought that up, bro. Because I had comments like that and I deleted them, but I'm just like, this is why I don't get into this whole conversation about leading with your wallet, because alphas don't lead with their wallet, right? When you really have sexual charisma, which for me, I believe that sexual charisma is the biggest factor in attraction, period. Of course, you always have the wallet there. That's a backup plan for some men, but ultimately, the men that are able to have the highest level of sexual charisma are going to get the easiest and best access to sex without having to spend anything, right? So when you talk about this Chad Wheeler guy, yeah, he had money, but he had a history of mental illness going back to USC, right? So he had already had incidents where he had violent outbursts and he had been diagnosed allegedly with this bipolar disorder going back to USC, which was why he didn't get drafted in the first round, even though he was a first round offensive lineman talent. But because of his mental issues. Now, a normal person, especially when you talk about these women that are always talking about this leveling up type of thing, they would stay away, just like the white girls. He was in USC. Do you understand how beautiful the white women are and the Asian women and the Latino women are in that area? But these women were trying to avoid him because they said, yeah, okay, he got a good job. He's an NFL player, and he's at USC. Come on, man. LA, USC, Santa Monica. He got the pick of the litter. But those women, they're going to avoid naturally the bottom shelf Brad because they're looking beyond his skin tone, as you referred to. She doesn't care that he's white. So she's going to look at other characteristics. And when she went in the Latina goes in the file cabinet, and you know how big the Asian women are out there in Cali with the white dudes, she's going to be like, oh, I see that he's taking Xanax, this. I'm going the other way because you mix that in with steroids, and this could end violently. But that the white male worshiper, she's gonna overlook all that again because he's white. That's my point. His whiteness is what allows her to overlook all these personality flaws. And compatibility, to me, is a better standard by which to measure what kind of relationship you're going to have with a woman. You can try to lead with your wallet, you can lead with your status and all that, but ultimately, if we're talking about long-term relationships, compatibility has to be a prioritized factor in the dynamics between men and women.
Hey, shout out to Grown Man Business with 1999. I just sent you something on Instagram. Fantastic player. I got you. Shout out to Jim being in the building, man, with the Grown Man Fact. South Savage recovery for the 999. When it comes to interracial crimes, 90% of victims are white and 10% are black. But praising white men for being white is just another thing messing up the dating market. Yeah, man. That's the whole dynamic of the things. Let me play this real quick. What GMB said. I remember seeing this, and again, man, it's funny, right? How black women talk about we aren't protected, or we're just overly sexualized, and then they go into all of these things that sexualize themselves. And whenever a black man's talking to them, black men are violent, black men are aggressive, black men, all these other things. But shout out to GMB, what he just sent here, man. Black women have been willingly partaking in this shit from white dudes from literally like the slave quarters, bro. You know what I'm saying? To where, hey, you gotta call me what Massa called me. This is Massa's pussy. You know what I'm saying? This belongs to Massa now. That's not my name no more. Massa named me this, so this is what you call me. You call me what Massa called me. And they made this thing to be like to where black men have literally been in a case of fucking defending and dying for black women, black people in general. No, just to have this conversation, man, as to where show me the race of women, okay? Show me the race of women that made it to 2021 without men. Go. In fact, anytime we had this conversation, what black men haven't done, what black men aren't doing, what black men this, that, and the other, when black men have been some of the most, like the strongest, arguably the strongest fucking survivor in the history of this fucking planet, bro. All right? Documented motherfucking cases of this shit. Like you couldn't even fucking count the number of fucking people that died along the way to this shit. All right? And somehow you're gonna be fucking shit is a super shot, John Doe for 5. The sad part is when white men cheat on black women, they don't even cheat with other black women. Yep, cheat with blonde Becky's, and that kills their soul.
Oh
man.
yeah. Do you remember that case in New York with the former Playboy model that won that settlement against the NYPD? Remember that case? For you people that got access, you can look up a chick. Her name was Stephanie Adams. I think this happened back in like 2017, and she used to be like a former Playboy model. She was a black chick. She got with a white dude that was a down on his luck chiropractor, right? And she had some kind of incident with NYPD. She got a little settlement of like 2 or 3 million. He was in debt, I guess like $1.5 million or something like that. She paid off all his debts. He gave her a mulatto son. She ended up jumping, allegedly. Remember, they claim that she killed herself and her son. So she was the one that jumped off the 22nd story of their condominium building. And they say that she killed herself and her mulatto son by the same guy. But many, you know, obviously that's what the NYPD claims, that it was a suicide. But remember, she had just hit the NYPD for $1 million or $2 million in some.
I didn't know that context. I heard that was at the beginning of this year, right? That was just happened in January.
No, there might have been, again, it could have been another case you might be referring to.
It was another different case then, because a chick just did the same thing in a high rise not too long ago.
That's my point. And then this is the thing. What they don't seem to understand, when things go bad with this guy, the cops are not going to take your side. Again, her family themselves claim that it's no way she would have committed suicide and killed that biracial son with the same guy. And here was the X factor in it. He had been in a relationship with a white female that was working within the chiropractor firm that he ran, and that she bailed out. And they were having issues in their relationship because there was a love triangle between Stephanie Adams, the white dude she was taking care of, and the white secretary that was like 20 years younger than him and like 15 years younger than her. So this whole little episode happened like right before this alleged suicide happened. But again, the white male worshipers don't want to, they don't bring these stories to the public news. Everyone should know this story in this space, at least, because this was a woman of note, right? She was one of these black women, educated, had a C-list modeling career, but she was in the top 1% income. And here's a situation where they're telling you that she jumped off the 22nd floor with her biracial son. Stop it, man.
Damn, that's crazy. Shout out to C Rose for the breakdown of One's Perspective for the 999 Super Stickers. Thank you, ma'am. And let's hear what good old this old fella has to say. Fair use.
Do what?
Suck my dick.
I can't do that. I can change you.
No, you ain't gonna change me. I like
You don't want to be changed?
No, but I want my dick to be sucked.
You want to take your medicine?
Huh?
Your medicine?
Medicine? No. You don't want to suck my dick.
I have to change you.
If you don't want to suck my dick, get out of here.
Do you want coffee?
No. On my dick sucked.
I can't do that.
Why?
You know it's inappropriate?
Yeah.
So why are you saying it?
I just wondered if you wanted to do it.
Well, I don't want to do that to you. I want to help you. That's what I'm here for.
No, that would be a help.
What?
Suck my dick.
No,
Yeah, it would be.
that's nasty.
No.
Shout out to DLB, man. Listen, this is what I'm saying. Listen, man. Listen. And it's sad and funny at the same time. But bro, why is it? And this goes to shout out to Tommy. Deacon Attention, DNA. Why would any woman like catalog this? Okay, you work there at a nursing home. I'm assuming this is a nursing home, right? So whether the man is elderly and he just don't give a fuck, or he's senile, or he has some type of other mental condition or whatnot, what have you, he's not aware of what he's doing. Why committing something like this that is ultimately disrespectful to you? Okay, where's the white woman equivalent of a black dude? Her recording a old black man asking her to suck his dick. She would never ever do it. Why? Because that'd be derogatory. It wouldn't be funny, and it would be a strike on her character. But because shout out to King Sigma, and GMB, shout out to GMB, because she sees this white man, this old raggedy ass motherfucker that's literally motherfucking tap dancing on death's door. Okay, as a upgrade, as the ultimate goal in life, she's gonna record and have over a minute conversation of a man asking her to suck his dick several times. This shit is this we dealing with, man. And again, that's the mindset of these chicks. But lo and behold, man, my man Big Truck has been more than patient and quiet. We gotta let him up in here. Let's see what Big Truck got to say. What's going on, Big Truck?
Okay, well, that was the first time that I actually saw that video clip. My guess is, because here's the thing, there's a couple of reasons why somebody might put that up. Maybe, for one thing, it might be because in nursing home, there's a lot of allegations of sexual assault and whatnot, and it comes from both sides. Or perhaps the person just thought it would be funny to put that shit on YouTube and make some money off of it. There could be a number of reasons for that. But my thing, what I was going to say a while ago, the issue with black women in America being at the bottom of the totem pole, there's a term in sociology called marriage squeeze. And you can look that up. But a marriage squeeze basically says that there's an imbalance between the number of men and women available to marry in any society, right? And in the black woman's issue in America, that imbalance is caused by a number of reasons. Now, first of all, with black men, we have more options, number one, because first of all, men always have more options simply because there's more women than there are men across the racial boundaries, right? But the other issue that they point to, the sociologists point to, is incarceration of black men or desirable black men or economic disadvantage, and the problem that all women are typically hypergamous. So because they all want to marry up, the issue is what happens when the women want to marry up, the men want to marry down, but the men tend on moving outside the race and becoming exogamous, and they're marrying outside the race. So what black women dating white guys, one thing I've noticed, most black women with white guys are black women that typically a black man ain't chasing after. So they got to get their eggs fertilized one way or another. I ain't got no problem with it. If they like it, I love it. I could care less. But my thing is, it's important to just look at it from the sociological perspective.
Well, that's another big thing too. Shout out to Indigenous TV for the 5. Do y'all remember Stacey Dash got jumped by her white husband's ex-husband's daughters, and she called the cops and ended up getting arrested? I didn't know his daughters jumped her. I didn't know that. I didn't know she got whooped. I know she got locked up, but I didn't know that. So I just learned something new about that. But yeah, Big Truck. This is another big thing we talk about here, man. The black people's in general understanding of sociology, psychology, and anything to do with the mind and just normal human interaction, healthy. It's just not there. Most people don't have any idea. And once you start talking about it, and again, this is what we say, right? You got women around here that claim that they're the most unprotected, they're the most abused. They go through these traumatic childhoods and all these different things. But throughout their whole adulthood, they can spend, hundreds of dollars per month on hair. They can spend hundreds of dollars per month on fashion and whatnot, what have you, but their mental health is non-existent. They don't invest anything into actually getting over these things and these problems, these issues. And it's because they get coddled and they're enabled to be perpetual victims. And they think it's something for them to win out of this, but that's another big gap as to why black men don't want to be bothered. Because as men, we're forced to figure our shit out, whether it be on our own or whether it be by doing the right thing and going the mental health route, which even niggas don't fuck with mental health shit. But usually, as men, you figure something out, you get a hobby, you get something you're interested in, you find something to fucking manage your trauma, your stress, or whatnot, what have you, and you're functional because you're a man. Men force nature and society forces men to do what you got to do to be productive. Okay, women on the other hand can just sit back and woe is me. Oh, this is so fucked up. Oh, I got this so wrong, all these other things, and wait for somebody to come to fucking rescue them. So when you start talking about the sociological aspect of it, and again, black women wanting everyone to change for them versus them change for everybody else, even with that fucking white man, because remember we had, I don't know if it was Michelle Pink, but it was the other chick hey, look, I'm done with these black bitches. I'm done. These bitches don't want to lose weight. They don't want to get rid of the fucking attitude. They don't want to motherfucking stop eating the hot Cheetos. They don't want to take out these long ass fingernails and all this other shit. And they claim they want white men. White men don't fuck with this hood bitch ghetto shit. They don't. If you want to fuck with the white man, you got to do what white men like. And they even want to try to have a fucking negotiation table for their ultimate goal in life. So it's just real fucked up, man, as you get this this thing right here with this Michelle Pink chick, which everything gets pulled off the fucking, the curtain gets pulled back off the Wizard of Oz. Come to find out this bitch ain't no level, she ain't leveling up shit. She's getting by through the ultimate fucking art of finessing, the ancient sage art. Now that's niggas' number one thing is fucking finessing and getting over on motherfuckers, and at the same time selling this shit to black men and everybody else. Trying to. This is one of the women tearing down the foundation, the image of black men, y'all. This Paul Mooney motherfucking lookalike.
Well,
Shout out to my man Billingsley Meister for I don't know what kind of money it is, but it's like $2. Go to mental health, say goodbye to that top secret clearance. LOL. Yeah, exactly. Shout out to GC. Go ahead, GC.
No, I forgot what I was saying about it.
Did I say something?
Well, no, I just want to say that was the pink pill that was saying that. The pink pill was trying to, encourage black women to lose weight, even though she had liposuction. Oh, by the way, Crystalline Karasen had liposuction. Just in case anybody wanted to know, Crystalline Karasen had liposuction. King Sigma, in case you were wondering, Crystalline Karasen had liposuction. Gucci, Crystalline Karasen had liposuction. Big Truck, Crystalline Karasen had liposuction. So just to be clear to everybody, Crystalline Karasen had liposuction.
Well, I'll say this about the surgery thing. First of all, we all know that, number one, we live in a toxic environment. Number two, we all know that most of the children are already overweight because of the things that you're generally eating. So me personally, if somebody wants to have a weight loss surgery and they want to do it early enough so that they can put themselves back in the game, or if a woman needs to have one of these weight loss surgeries like liposuction, or if she needs to have bariatric surgery, I don't have a problem with that at all. So, if somebody want to have surgery, that's good on them. But
no, I don't have a problem with it either. By the way, Mr. Fantastic, what we're talking about is how Crystalline Karasen had liposuction.
Well, there is no liposuction.
The reason why I bring that up right quick is that she was the one who was trying to tell these black women to get into the gym and to get in shape and to, diet and exercise and stuff like that. Even though she doesn't really diet and exercise because she had liposuction, she was trying to encourage them and she got a lot of pushback.
Well, just because she has liposuction doesn't necessarily mean she doesn't use diet and exercise. You got to remember, liposuction in many cases is removing fat from parts of the body where diet and exercise might not, or it would take so ridiculously long. Now, if she had gotten bariatric surgery, like if she had had her intestines cut, or if she had had her lap band or something, well, then that's different, but she's still going to go on some level of diet and exercise. It's like either way, you're still going to go on some level of diet and exercise. I think the issue is ultimately, especially when you're dealing with people like this, I think it's also important to remember that, once again, black women are never going to be happy in this society ever because they are ultimately being dominated by white women. White women and other women who have a pathway to being white are always going to be the beauty standard in this country. So they're never going to be happy, and black men are always going to be chasing something like that, whether it's a Kim Kardashian-looking bitch or if it's some Hispanic J-Lo-looking woman. Black women in this society, in this country, with this media, are never going to dominate. That's just the truth. So that's just it. I mean, the mere fact that have you noticed that in these commercials, they always, like, when they mix up the commercial, they make it very diverse. They always have good-looking white women, but they always put the worst-looking black women in this fucking commercial they could ever put in. They got no hair, they're usually overweight, or they just don't look that good, and they call that diversity. They never put black women in commercials or the television shows that can compete with the white women in those shows. They never, ever do it. And that's just the reality of it.
Well, I remember that Fabulous had a song about 2 or 3 years ago on his mixtape, and one of the lines on there was like, he was talking about how he saw these different chicks up in different clubs in New York, and they had a gut during the winter, but then by the summer they had a bubble butt, and he was like saying that they was trying to play him like a lame. So that's pretty much status quo. The bras get the little stimulus check, and they gonna get that lipo. But my whole thing is with the fat thing is that I think we downplay it. And GC, you and I have talked about the dimorphism thing on your panel before, and you know how I feel about that is that the Black American male is the only male expected to weigh the same amount as his woman on the scale, but actually she's 4 or 5 inches shorter than him on average. And I think that we got to hone in on that piece, on like the beauty deficit and the fitness deficit and what that does to the psyche of American black men. Because think about it. They say that the average height of a male in America is 5'9", and his weight is 197 pounds, and his body fat is high, like over 26% or something very bad, right? But when you do the female counterpart, she's 5'4", 197 pounds, okay? Now think about that. She's actually bigger on average than the male now, okay?
Right.
Oh, I agree. I'm almost 6'6".
She's 5 inches shorter. So the equivalent would be a male that's 5'9", 230 pounds. And it,
Well, I mean, and men have higher muscle density too. So, you know, they're going to weigh more without necessarily being fat.
yes.
Right.
Could I
And
say
they're
something?
saying
real
that you
quick?
should accept that. That's become the norm. Dude, I said the average, okay?
Mhm.
5'4", 197 pounds. So she's literally on average bigger than the average black male that might be dealing with her or that she's pursuing. So that piece right there, when it comes to the weight and the lipo, again, lipo doesn't cure mental illness, and lipo doesn't cure bad fitness habits. Because again, many women go and get lipo, and then they find out that because of the way that because like depending on which procedure they have, fat cells don't die. They can only expand, and they can shrink or expand. But when they take those fat cells out of the woman's stomach and they put them in her ass, if she has those same bad habits, it's going to just disperse the fatness in a different place temporarily. But then those still old places still have fat, because again, men and women allocate fatness different. Men, we tend to allocate our fat around the abs
Yeah,
area.
midsection, your love handles.
Yeah, with the love handles and shit. But with women, it tends to be more in the thighs and the ass. So that can benefit them if they have good habits. But if they still have the same horrible habits, a year or two later, she's just basically back in the same place that she was 2 years prior, $5,000 poorer.
Yep. Threw money away.
You know,
Just
Exactly.
threw money down the fucking drain. Shout out to the Savage Rave Curve for the $2.99. White men that date hood checks are low level hood white men. Shout out to Zero. Wait, did he say CK had liposuction?
Oh yeah,
Shout out to
Zero.
AJC.
Crystal and Karazin had liposuction.
Yeah, DC said had white liposuction.
Well, I will give him props though. He did have that hoe doing deadlifts though. I will give him props. The white dude in the raggedy pickup with the black chick. I'm telling you, boy, if every personal trainer was a white guy and you sent them into the hoods of America, he can get them bitches down to a regular weight. Because he had that broad doing dealers, so I will tip my hat to him on that one.
Shout out to Zero for the $4.99. King Simmons said the polite way of saying your bitch fat. Yeah, listen, man. The whole aspect of the weight thing, man, that's just a whole nother thing. They've tried everything to get black women to buy into the whole fitness aspect of it. And they actually had the article out there. If you guys Google it, I think, man, we just gotta start doing like a database of this shit, because they try to scrub this shit so bad, man. It's crazy. Where they actually did the survey of, you know, why most black women don't work out because of their hair. And they were saying how, you know, black women were choosing hair over health. And it's just so many different things, bro. And the thing about it too is that black women make this stuff about, oh, well, you guys are superficial, and you just no, it's not just about a looks thing. It's literally about your health. Black women have the highest overweight and obesity rates, and that's why you also have I think the number one cause for them is still heart disease. I think black women suffer the most, have the biggest cases of heart disease mortality. So, you know, if you guys want to change that, man, not in only, you know, changing your diet, but a major part of that, because you can never outwork a bad diet. A lot of people don't understand that. If you are still eating the hog maws and the chitlins and the goddamn you know, hot Cheetos and shit every day, man, you can't outwork that. You're not. You got to switch the shit over to, you know, actual, you know, real food, good meat, you know, grass fed, all that stuff, organic if and when you can. But, you know, more real shit than processed shit. And along with that, work in some type of workout regimen with a resistance and strength training thing, and change this whole thing around. But then too, like you said, man, well, why do I need to do that if, you know what I'm saying, I don't want your black ass anyway? You know what I'm saying? I don't want you. I'm not willing to do anything for you because I don't see the value in you. Like you said, this white boy come around. This white boy say, "Hey, if you fucking with me, you gonna have your black ass in the gym." And he got this bitch turning into goddamn Ronnie Coleman Jr. out this motherfucker.
Man, for real, I be seeing the white dudes. I know Zero can attest to this. As soon as it gets warm out, you go over to like by the University of Minnesota, St. Thomas, somewhere like that. These white boys, if a black chick is on their team, she gonna be out there jogging with him. You will see them from time to time. He's like, if you're gonna be with me, this is the white value man standard, and it includes jogging 2 or 3 times a week. And you will see them hoes out there jogging.
Oh my Lord, Jesus Christ!
The white dudes be changing their whole fucking playlist.
I want to point out. I want to point out to the fellas.
Damn!
I want to point out to the fellas a couple of things. One,
Turn it off.
more important than a woman's health. More important than a woman's health is my opinion of her. You see, I don't really care if she's doing it for her health. I want her to do it to be beautiful for me. My opinion is God. My opinion is more important than booty to Fleece Williams. It is the most important thing in your life. And
Fleece Johnson.
Oh, Fleece Johnson? Thank you.
Yeah, Fleece Johnson. Johnson.
Yeah, exactly. It is the most important thing. It should be the most important thing. And the fact that you're fat means that it's not that important to you, you know, and that is the problem. I don't care about your health if you're fat. I care about you beautifying yourself for me in a way that's hard to do. If you respect me, you wouldn't be so fucking fat. You wouldn't have gotten fat to begin with. It's disrespectful, these chicks being fat.
Have you taken a look in the average high school? Most of the girls that are young, the black girls that are young, look like this. I've seen black girls that aren't even fucking in 7th grade that look like they're 30 years old.
Yeah, because they all fucked up.
Do you realize that these kids are eating fucking 1,000 calories for breakfast and 1,000 calories for lunch? Like, these kids are eating more now and all this unhealthy junk shit. These kids are fat before they even start dating.
Yeah, they eat more calories than that. But to King Sigma's point, them white dudes be having do more than that. They changed their whole fucking music playlist. Them bitches they stop listening to, you know, the fucking 21 Savage and shit. They have a whole fucking rock and pop playlist. They changed their whole goddamn attitude and shit, like dead ass. But for one thing, I plan on doing some real research with Dr. Norman Crosby, going fucking Africa for all you Africa niggas.
Hell yeah.
They keep taking trips to Africa and staying at the goddamn hotel drinking margaritas all day and then come back talking about you experts. I'm going because I researched the fucking tribes. There is no such thing. There is no such thing as a black woman's beauty standard. There is just a beauty standard. And the tribes in Africa that are still there, untouched by westernization, is proof of that. There's hundreds of them or thousands of them, according to people that have been over there. But I've researched about 50 fucking tribes. I have yet to find one fat black bitch in any tribe. They got track bitch bodies. All of them ridiculously hot. I mean, except for the fucking battle scars. I mean, yeah, I'm not going to try to smash one. I'm just saying. I want to go over there and prove that bullshit ass black woman beauty standard wrong, because it's bullshit. And niggas don't go over there and really observe them and take photos and videos of them tribes over there. None of them chicks are fat. Now in the westernized parts
but they can't be. They don't have processed food. It's very hot there, so they're using calories all day long.
That's where I was going with it. You go to the westernized parts of Africa, like I said, where they got hotels and McDonald's and shit. Yeah, you're gonna find fat chicks, but there is no. All I'm saying is, black women don't have a body type. They have a hunger type, you know, and a junk food type, and a soda type. That's the fuck they have.
A lack of discipline type. A lack of discipline.
So let's cut to the chase. How can we import enough African women here to replace all the black women here?
Hold on, pause. Stop. Get him out of here, man.
You want some savage bitches with scars that are whooping
Yes. I want some savage bitches like from Black Panther with bald heads, spears, and shit.
Well, they already solved that problem. They elected Joe Biden. Joe Biden has already solved that problem.
Great. So we're on a good start.
So you're kind of asking a redundant question. If you look at the executive orders that Joe Biden has passed in his first 30 to 40 days or whatever, every one of them related to in some way, and that includes, now, of course, he's prioritized Africa last, But that whole trend of immigration, especially in certain sanctuary cities like the one that I'm in right now, that flow of those black women from the African country is going to continue, and it's going to actually.
Well, that's fantastic. That's great.
No.
So when do we put a Wasai bitch?
No, good luck with getting them bitches over here, because them the real alpha niggas over there. Them the only niggas in the world.
No, what we'll do is we'll import the women and leave the men there to kill each other. We don't need.
Hey, you're not finna get no bitches from them niggas. Them niggas walk around barefoot in equator weather, nigga.
I guarantee you we'll get them if we send in the military.
These niggas can throw spears into lions and
What
kill
the
them.
spear? I got a goddamn F-22. I'm bomb.
These niggas wear wolves around they fucking.
What kind of wolves protect them from a nuclear bomb?
Listen, bro, you got
nigga, put your audio down. Fuck.
No, my audio down. I'm yelling.
Listen, bro, you wearing a hoodie. These niggas wearing wolves.
Hoodies don't mean shit when you have infrared rifles.
Bro, bro, when it gets dark, there's no street lights. These niggas can creep.
We have fucking night vision. We have night vision.
Your audio. Fuck.
All right, hold on, real quick. Hold on. Shout out to Big Dude 24 in the building, man. Shout out to Big Dude 24 in the building, man. Shout out to Zito FHD TV. It's all the crab legs and lobster slathered in butter sauce with sausage and hard-boiled eggs and shrimp, pure cholesterol. Yeah, man, that juicy crab shit is horrible, nigga. Like this. Shout out to Nick Taylor, Uncle Nick in the building, man. How does superficial come out of her mouth if she won't exercise to protect her hair? Does she know the definition of the word? Nope. Geez, of course not. And that's that. So we got my man Zero in the building. So Zero, go ahead, man. Go ahead, and but then we'll kick it to Soul.
No, I was just saying. I mean, them the real alpha niggas. I mean, you got niggas walking around barefoot on like all types of land in equator weather. These niggas sleep outside. When it get dark, you can't see shit. These are the type of niggas that can tiptoe up to wild animals. These niggas got pet canines.
So then what you do is you get Joseph Coney to round up the women and then sell them to us.
Hold on. In the U.S., we got dogs for pets. These niggas got hyenas.
Yeah, hyenas and wild dogs.
Yeah. I can attest to that. Like I'm a veteran, right? But if I have a rock in my boot, man, I'm wincing. I'm like, man, shit. Like, you know, like I done shot all types of hot shit.
Like, some of their feet look like motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm going over there.
Always for sale. We can get some.
Nigga, I was researching this one tribe. Every male in the tribe got his own pet hawk, nigga. This nigga, no, pimp that is, nigga. Nigga, in order to be a man, you gotta earn a fucking hawk, nigga, to just follow you around.
I got a pet assault rifle.
Nigga scared of pigeons in America. They scared of pigeons and shit.
You get speared in the nigga, you get speared in the top of your noggin by a fucking
I've got a pet AR-15 with a scope. So what they got against that?
You get speared in the top of your noggin by
they're gonna scare me from 1,500 feet away.
By a fucking beak. You ain't even gonna hear it coming. By the time it get to you, you're gonna hear that, too late, nigga. You can't get the gun up fast enough.
All right. Well, Zero, have you been all right. Well, what part of Africa you been to? What part?
No, I'm going.
He's going.
Oh, okay. Well, I've been to Seychelles, and I've seen those guys, and most of them are fat, which is actually strange considering they walk around all day and they're supposed to be eating fish. But most of them are actually fat over there. I got video clips.
But Trug, I think you're thinking into it way too deep at this point, man. At this point, it's like, you know, I do observe a lot, and I think that, you know, when it comes to like the preference between black men and black women, if their preference happens to be something else, they're kind of moving in that way. And then for the black men, they're moving in their way. It ain't even, you don't even have to be no kind of policy thing like you're saying. It's already pretty much like a foregone thing at this point that people are going to exercise their free choice. And like I mentioned the Fantastic earlier, if you really observe this conversation, you can see that the white male worshipers are pretty much on the island. Because I've been listening to some of the bigger, quote unquote, pro-black channels, and you'll see that there's no safe space for the white male worshiper with them, and it's no safe space for men like ourselves. And the white men, for the most part, there's only a small supply of white dudes that are going to deal with them at a level like that anyway. So their days are pretty much numbered at this point.
Yeah, well, listen. My thing is, there's a lot of black women in different parts of the country Some of them are going to meet white men, and they're not going to meet many black men because of where they are. And whatever. It's like relationships happen for all kind of various reasons, this, that, and other. I don't really care about any of that. My simple fact is, like, going forward, it's like, ultimately, as I stated before, black women are never going to be happy in this environment. First of all, because black men have choice. They have far more choices. They don't have to deal with them. So a lot of them are just going to fall back, and they're like, oh, I don't have to change myself for you, but they're going to be the ones who end up alone. You know? So my thing is, it's like, if they, whatever they can get, good for them. I'm not worried about them.
Yo, Truck, I had a question for you.
Go ahead.
So, yeah, nigga, your volume's extremely loud. But,
no, excuse me, my volume's not loud. I'm talking loud to make sure that my voice carries to the mic.
Are you related to fasting or something, Truck?
I don't know who's faster. I don't know that nigga. But bottom line is, no, I'm not.
All right, so what's this? How are you going to do this shit? You're going to take the character from Black Panther out of the comics and, like, trade in the niggas here to there? Or what are you going to do?
Well, there's two ways you can do it. Either you can import those women and then you can just marry them and just let the other ones die, or you can do a swap. Like, you can get and send ours over there, and then whatever happens, good luck with them, but we'll be okay over here. Who cares?
No, will not work.
All right, so how are you going to price this out? Like, you have, like, prices for this? How are you going to afford this shit?
How am I going to afford it? Do you know how it's not very expensive to fly somebody over here? It's not that expensive. It's about $800.
Yeah, but you're going to fly out a bunch of African niggas to the U.S. That's a lot.
No. I didn't say niggas. I said women from Africa.
Oh, okay. So no niggas included. Just
no, we're not taking any of them men. Let them stay right over there and keep fighting the hawks and the gorillas and shit. I don't give a fuck about them.
Okay, got it.
Just the women. I don't care about the men. Just the women.
Okay, got it.
Truck driver. How do you send?
I don't drive a truck. It's just a name.
Yeah, I know. But how do you send controls to women?
How do I what?
Controls the women. The women are not submissive because they're submissive.
No. It's easy to control. Well, you don't really have much control them, but it's very easy. First of all, you give them you start giving them little tidbits of a better life, because now they don't have to be barefoot. Now they've got on some decent shoes. Then you take them out to a couple of restaurants, and once they get that taste of high life or higher living, they'll be like, "Yo, I don't want to go back." So they're not.
Truck. Wait,
gonna get killed in this sleep.
You said people don't have shoes, or what do you mean, Truck? They just walk barefoot, Truck?
Well, when we were talking about the Aboriginal and the Indigenous a minute ago, most of them, they don't wear shoes. They walk around barefoot for the most part, and they don't even wear bras. They got their titties just hanging out. So now you're gonna
no, bro. There's tons of tribes. There's hundreds of them. Some of them are naked. Some of them.
Okay, well, let's focus on the naked ones.
Clothing. The point of the fact of the matter is, the whole thing about a black woman body type and standard is bullshit. That was my main point. I was trolling with the rest of the shit. Oh
no. Well, here's the thing. As far as a body standard, the body standard, that's all dependent on the culture and dependent on the nutrition of the culture, right? Here's the thing, though. Even if you look back 30 years ago and you look at pictures of black women 30 years ago, they were nowhere near as obese and shit and ugly and their fucking hairs all fucked up as they are now. So all I'm saying is, what happened to them is a tragedy of the society. Like selling women hair and feeding them fucking 10,000 calories a day and shit. That's something that we most recently developed. But if you look at women from the 70s, oh, they look fabulous. Like black women from the 70s with their hair.
Exactly.
But see, the culture and the nutrition here is destroying women in general. White women, black women, whatever. It's like anybody who comes, even Asians got fat asses now because they eat fucking McDonald's.
But you don't even gotta go back to the 90s though. You can just go back to the 90s.
I didn't say the 90s. I said like the 70s and the 80s.
No. I'm gonna say that I'm saying the 90s. I read a report on some fitness stuff recently, and it said that as late as 1995 that the average American consumed about 1,850. That was men and women, and today that they consume about 2,200 men and women. So that's 95. So when you say the 70s, shit, they were probably only consuming like an average of 1,500 calories.
No, but it's more than that. It's not how much just that they were consuming. You also got to remember, fewer people drove cars. On top of that, more of them rode bikes. On top of that, they had disco. They were roller skating everywhere. So the thing about it is with the roller skating, they were burning calories just roller skating around.
Yeah, I mean, they had different.
You from New York?
Yes, I'm from New York. And if you remember back then,
what part of New York you from? What part of New York you from?
I'm originally from Queens, but I just recently bought a house in Long Island, so now I'm from Queens and Long Island.
So you heard of Empire, right? In Brooklyn?
Empire what?
In Brooklyn, the skating rink.
I think I have, yeah.
Now, back then, there was a lot of black women in shape in the 90s because of that area that was populated back then.
Right.
And skating.
Well, if you remember, going out for a date wasn't you just taking a girl out and y'all eating food and then going to sleep. Going out for a date was going to the roller skating rink. We used to be more active. Now nobody's active. That's the problem.
So what I'm saying is, man, you think you gotta let these chicks struggle.
Yes, absolutely. Suffering brings out the flavor. Yes.
The flavor of what, Chuck? What flavor?
What's the flavor of suffer? What's the flavor of suffer?
No, the more you work hard and the more you have to suffer. What did they say? No pain, no gain. The more you have to suffer for what you get, the more you appreciate it, and the better you are.
But it's like licorice.
You're talking about taste, though, Chuck. I mean,
no, I'm not just talking about taste. I'm talking about in general.
You know what's fucked up about that? There's a Japanese recipe where they strangle the shit out of this bird, and then it suffer while it dies, and it secretes some type of hormone that makes it taste better when they cook it.
Yep.
Yeah, we know it's
So like bird adrenochrome for birds,
some shit like that. But they choke the shit out of the bird so it suffer while it dies because it secretes some shit that makes it taste
suffering.
better.
And like that
that's what Chuck's talking about.
That video that GC put up, man, like when you look at that body type of those bras in the video, like to get a body like that with that kind of shape, bro, you gotta be a couch potato. You gotta be eating in a caloric surplus of above like 3,000 above. So we talking 5,000, 6,000 calories a day.
Yeah.
Because again, remember
that's the standard, though.
Yeah, you got to work at it.
I mean,
but you know what though?
You gotta not care. You gotta not
but
care.
No, you know what? Just think back real quick. Think back, because we're all around like 30, somewhere around 30 or more, or close to 30, right? So just think, the whole shit has shifted, bro. As to where like Big Truck was even saying. At least when we did have gym class, what was the girls doing? The girls was off to the side somewhere, bullshitting and doing the bare minimum because what? They don't want to mess their hair up, or they trying to be cute, and they don't, you know what I'm saying? They don't want to fucking, really want to take a shower at school and all this other shit. So they did the bare minimum in gym, and niggas going hard. Niggas can wait to basketball day. Niggas can wait to motherfucking, the hit the weights and whatever the fuck. And that was something that men look forward to, or the boys look forward to, and the girls, this is something they had to have to pass the class. Because with us, they even had you had like gym, and then you could take weightlifting or sports or team sport as like electives. And usually, like, shit, nigga, this is a way for me to fucking do what I want to do for, an hour or hour 30 minutes per day, and I can motherfucking get an A in hooping. Or you know what I'm saying, doing some bullshit that's active, yeah. Girls, on the other hand, they gonna take that one physical education mandatory elective, and that's it. So once you have that fucking understanding, man, like just how black women always played it, and then after that, bruh, after 18, and a bitch ain't gotta do it, bruh. A bitch ain't working out. She's not working out.
Slows down. The metabolism slows down.
Yeah, that too.
Well, Fanto, I got some pushback. I got some pushback on that.
What's that?
I got some pushback on that. These chicks are training intensely. They go to the gas station and then they get all the chips from the gas station. I'm not talking like one bag or two bags. They take the whole top shelf and put it in their basket, and then they take all the Twinkies and put it in their basket. It takes a lot of training to eat like all the chips at the gas station. And all the Twinkies, bro.
They don't look at
It takes hard work and dedication.
I had a broad on my team, and she was on a diet at one point, and I remember her and I were talking about, the calorie count or whatnot. And she was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna eat these chips," and I was like, "Well, you know that just by eating that bag of chips alone, that you're gonna get X amount of calories." She was like, "No, the bag says 150." I was like, "Well, it's 3 or 4 servings. You got to read the serving, so it says 150 on the bag per serving." So a lot of times these bras they don't be looking at the details of things, and so she may be consuming that one bag of hot flaming hots is 700 calories, but she just looking at what it says on the bag, just the number 150, and she's like, "Oh, I only had 150 calories." So when you look at that video that he put up, bro, when you look at the video he put up, man, the shape that they have, what I'm saying is that your lifestyle has to be one of complete laziness to have a body that inverts in itself, right? So
and you have to do it consistently.
Yeah, like, I mean, one of those bras, like her body was inverting on itself, bro. Like the abs were going inward.
Fantastic. Did you see the video?
Come on, man. Like, who is gonna what man is gonna be inspired to accomplish anything if that's the best options that he has in his dating supply? You dudes is insane. I don't know what part of the country that shit came from. I feel bad for you guys. That's your best option.
Here's the thing, though. It's these types that be getting all these kids. That's the ones that, it's almost dangerous for them to have kids. They be getting the most kids and shit.
By who, though? That's the question, though, so far.
By simps and by guys who don't want to work any harder. Because you got to remember, the chances are it's easier to nail one of these fat girls than it is to actually get yourself a nice skinny chick.
Like because one of the stereotypes I always hear about, because again, I'm in an area where I see bad women of other races every single day. I mean,
where do you live?
I'm in the Twin Cities right now.
Twin Cities, that's like Minnesota?
Yeah, I'm in Minnesota, state of Minnesota.
Oh, okay, cool.
And it's not a day that I go anywhere where I don't see white women, mixed women, Asian women who have banging bodies like you were talking about how the black women look like in the 70s and how they're gaining ass now. Those white girls used to have a flat ass, the Asian girl, the flat asses, that ain't the standard no more. These bras want to be IG hot. They want to be TikTok ready. So these bras they own it as far as their bodies. Then I look at this video footage and I'm sitting there like, bro, when I was a kid, my 50-year-old aunts didn't have body types that bad at that point. So this shit is getting out of control. I mean, this stereotype, the black woman being thick and fit, that shit is something that carried over from like the.
I'm sharing a photo right here. So these black women from the 60s and 70s. It's like you ain't finding it like Fantastic has to push the button. Yeah, you ain't getting that no more. Not unless you import some Africans or some Haitians or something. You got to import some Jamaicans or some Haitians from the running team. Because here in New York, in order to get black girls that look like that, they usually have to be on the track team at the school.
Well, it tells you how they think about black. And I think that collectively, what we can learn from that video, because that's just one video of many that we've seen. But the main statement that's being made by these majority of black females is that when it comes to the average black male, they're not going to perform at even a moderate level. In order for them to even perform at a moderate level on average, you're going to have to be an exceptional black male to get them to perform. And then it creates like this bad cycle, because if she won't perform in the physical, then the black man will say, well, then I'm definitely not going to perform in the production lane as either. So it's just like this infinite loop that I think the black majority has found himself in. And I just feel sorry for any black man that feels obligated to date a woman that's way below what his standards should be, in my opinion.
Didn't they start shaming Lizzo because she wanted to lose weight or something like that?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. Well, it's bigger than that. It's even bigger than that. Fucking. So she started kind of having like I don't want to say necessarily a breakdown, but she was definitely under. She's feeling some type of way about it, and she was talking about the pressures and talking about how she needed to lose weight. But then she let the people come along, man, and pretty much, shame her out of making the right decision and go back to like, I'm happy being just an unhealthy overweight chick, or not even overweight. Her chick is extremely obese. So yeah, man, it's this perpetual misery loves company, and they're always hiring. that's the whole thing that I think black women get caught up in, and they can never ever listen to anyone that's going to give them any good advice. If they do, it's just like they're going to be attacked. Shout out to Cannon Wiles for the 5 National Geographic Zeros Edition Volume 1, Bitches with Scars.
Not
It's
if he's
funny.
the right value man, though, bro.
It's
Not if
funny
he's the
because
right value man.
in other cultures, other people, you can just shame someone right like this bluntly and say you're gaining weight, you need to lose weight. You can just say that, and they're not going to take it, emotionally or whatever. They'll just do it, But over here, it's just completely opposite.
That's what I'm saying, man. They have to, if they listen, it's the same thing when black men start making demands or things like this. This is why you have the ever you gay, your dick little, you this, you that, you all this negative shit, right? This is why you constantly have that, because what that does is that keeps the status quo going. If men know better, and this is why they had this, a lot of people talk about this, but they don't really understand it. This is why women shame men going overseas, because whenever a man goes overseas and he's dealing with these women that for whatever the reason, whether it's that they're at a lower economic point, which again, black women last time I checked had like the highest poverty rate. I think they might not. They're a little bit over Hispanics, but they're towards the bottom as far as poverty rates and things goes, right? And all these different things. Well, damn, at least they got an excuse. They're in the third world country. What's your fucking excuse? You know what I'm saying? You getting free money, you getting free place to stay, you getting this, you getting that, and you still broke, bitch. So what makes you better than them? Actually, they're better off than you because they're in a fucked up position and their money ain't worth shit. So at least with them doing the shit or whatnot, what have you, they have a reason and excuse for it. Your ass over here where I'm at, and you still fucked off. So, but you have to shame these dudes. Oh, you just going over to buy pussy. Oh, you too weak to do this. Oh, you too weak to do that. You just want a woman that you can fucking, put on a chain and do all this crazy. It's like, stop. Why are you worried?
You know what?
But here's the thing. Here's the thing, though, Mr. Fantastic. They say that, but ultimately, okay, if the woman in America, I done this study, right? That I looked at.
That's sanctioned by YouTube.
The cost of pussy in America.
Big truck, man. You gonna got my shit. It don't matter, big truck. Nah, man, they gonna use that shit for the stream, bro. Come on, big truck. Goddamn.
Oh, okay.
America, pussy has the highest price in America. You can look it up online. Big study on this shit, right? So what you pay for pussy in America, you might pay $1,000 up to $1,000 for a woman that's an 8, right? But then if these dudes are going to other countries and paying pussy, which is probably less than 2 or 3% of these guys, then so what they're saying is that we don't want that poor woman to get your dollars. We have first rights to your dollar.
Exactly. And they're jealous.
By the way, King Sigma, in the Dominican, for 2 young ladies, it costs $40.
See, there you go. So they don't want Game Changer. They don't want Game Changer.
$30 too much.
I think I paid $40 for them to deliver me a Chipotle meal the other day. So they don't want Game Changer getting the price of a Chipotle and having a Beyonce looking broad and her sister on the team. They want you stuck with the bottom barrel type of female for $100. So what they're doing, which I understand, they're doing like a price control thing. They're a protectionist, right? They're trying to protect the value of an American vagina. So they have to shame you in not looking for a higher value at a lower cost. They want you to pay the highest cost for the lower value. And that's
they got to protect their retirement fund.
Marketing.
Real quick, big truck, give me that link, bro, so I can put it in. If you say it's YouTube fucking sanction, it's on YouTube. Give it so I can put it in the chat and reference. So when the motherfucker try to flag it, I'll have that reference to use.
All right. I'll give it.
I'm tired of this.
Fantastic. Could you share my screen real quick? Right? Could you share my screen real quick? Fantastic. All right. So this is from a movie from like 1975 called Black Sisters Revenge. It's about a girl from Mississippi who moved to California to live with her cousins, and everybody made fun of her because she was fat. And this is the girl. This is what was considered fat in California in 1975.
She's skinny.
This was the worst a woman got in 1975. This is what they made fun of in 1975. The whole movie was about her being fat. And this is her cousin. Hold on, let me get the right timestamp.
Real quick, shout out to JJ. If you can get a chica here, she can stay. No marriage license needed. Thanks, Biden.
And I'd also like, while you're watching this, I'd also like to point out the size of those cars. Cars were also a lot smaller then.
These are her cousins. This is what regular women looked like back in the day. And she was considered the fat one of the group. She was the fat Southern Bama chick that moved to California. Yeah, now people call that thick or whatever, or just a little plump or a few extra pounds. She would have been considered obese back then. They made the whole movie about her being fat.
It's terrible.
Just to see how far from grace we as Black people. This isn't like, this is white girl beauty standard. No, it was like Zero said, it was just beauty standard. You know, it's the bar has shifted ridiculously in the past, 40 years.
But that's your nutrition of your country, man. They supersize everything now.
That's crazy because that woman that you said that the movie is about, she looked like she could be like a track runner in 2021. She would be like a chick that's considered like skinny. Because again, you guys got to get this number in your head: 5'9", 195, 5'4", 195. Okay, that is your average man and average woman in America today. A male would have to weigh on average 230 pounds to be equivalent weight-wise of the females that he's supposed to match with. That woman in the video, she wasn't more than 135 pounds, I bet you.
Exactly. And because she was 135, she was just considered a big girl.
Yeah, and listen, man, for the record, Fantastic still like the thick bitches. Don't think it's done ever twisted or shit. I am a big nigga, so if she a cute big bitch, send them my way. I'm just saying,
when y'all Southern boys say when y'all Southern boys say thick, I don't really know.
That's why Fantastic was all quiet during that video. He didn't say shit.
What is this? Them hoes there. Them hoes there was wide and all outside, man. I couldn't do no with none of them. None of them was just
Are you kidding?
The boys say thick. I don't know what it means, bro. Like
y'all in the far left was doable.
Y'all ever
think
talked
a
to
little
a
bit
chick
different,
that sounded
bro.
like she had something in her mouth that was real chewy?
Come on, Zero, man. Come on.
I saw about video that were okay.
Southern thick is different than Midwest thick, I believe.
No, it's not.
Because when y'all dudes use the word thick,
catching up now.
when y'all dudes use the word thick, I think of obese.
I'm telling you, Sigma, bruh, Sigma. Growing up as a kid, Sigma, how much fried food did you eat per week?
A lot.
As a kid, I ate a lot of fried food. Yeah, a lot. Because my grandma was around, and I used to, spend
out of a week. So out of a 7 day. So out of a 7 day week, how much fried food you eat out of a 7 day week?
As a kid, before I got to high school, I would say like 4 out of 7 days.
Yeah, so
I lived around my grandmother and
6. Yeah, 5 to 6 out of 7 days, bro. Fried food.
Yeah.
Pork chops, chicken, fish, steak. If you can fry, if you can put some batter on it, nigga, it was fried. Again, bacon grease can, my nigga. Y'all know about the bacon grease can?
Yes.
And the cast iron skillet. I don't know how. Again, I really, for us, again, and that's why I say I know it's fucked up, because it's got to be something in the food, because we was eating the fuck out of fried shit. I guess it just wasn't the GMOs and all the other shit in the food too. Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, it's just like the bitches is just bigger. They just different, bro. So that's what you grow up around the whole time. Like it's you used to it. Bitch gonna have some big ass titties. She gonna have a fat ass. She gonna have some motherfucking big ass thighs around her, man. She gonna have a little poofs. You have a little pudge. And, hey, man. Hey, as long as she got a cute face.
Now, when you say little pudge, because I think, see, what I'm trying to figure out, Mr. Fantastic, you're a brother from the Deep South, so it's like, okay, you look at the average, right? So the average is 195, so that's taking the smaller black women and the larger ones, and we hitting at that 195. So what I'm trying to figure out, how much of that is skewed by your Southern black women versus, the Midwest and the East Coast and the West Coast?
Oh, huge.
Yeah, huge. I think if America was a seesaw, like the South would just be sitting on it, and like all the other rest of the country would be like breaking the seesaw. Like, yeah.
Listen, but that's the biggest concentration of black people in the South. Like what? Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, Florida, Louisiana, Tennessee, I think, man, South Carolina, North Carolina. So the biggest concentration of black people live in the South. So you have that with the majority of us being here and the diet or whatnot, what have you, and just like the women. Because like I said, the dudes, bro, again, like I said, motherfuckers, like this fat nigga shit is new. Niggas being fat as fuck is some new shit. Bitches always started just gradually this, but dudes just being lazy and big as fuck because you either gonna pick up some kind of ball, you're gonna be fucking doing some type of manual work or whatnot, what have you. You're not just gonna sit around and be, you know what I'm saying, a fat fuck. That just never was cool with us growing up. It wasn't an option. You know what I'm saying? Even the fat boys is playing football or doing something. You know what I'm saying? So just this whole aspect, man, of this, like, you know, the weight thing is just totally different because
that's due to the change in the culture, the sedentary lifestyle. Like when I was in college, I was on the track team. I was doing all the throwing things like the discus, the shot put, and the hammer. But as soon as I started working in the bank, all of a sudden, all that exercise turned into me sitting in a fucking chair for like 6 or 7 hours a day. So, you know, I'm not excusing it. I'm just saying that's just a change in the culture.
Well, I'm saying, all I'm saying is
realistic video games got the fatter dudes became.
Well, every time NBA 2K games come out, the boys weigh like 10 pounds more.
Because
I'm saying that the Southern boys have misused this word thick to the point where I don't want to use this word anymore going forward because the Southern boys have ruined the word thick for us Midwesterners, right?
Wait. Hold on.
Hold on. I gotta come back. East Coast as well. You on that too?
Yeah. Oh, the East Coast catching up with the South now.
But Sigma, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Sigma,
the country's just getting fatter, Sigma.
Well, this is what I'm saying, Sigma. They use us as the thing, and they expand it out. Dudes don't do this. Lizzo is fat. Lizzo's not thick.
Yeah, she's fat.
All right,
but I hear
you ask them,
they call her thick. I hear hoes online.
That's what I'm telling you. The women are doing this. That's what I'm telling you. They're masquerading it and they blaming it on motherfuckers like me. Like, nah, man. Even a big motherfucker like me got fucking limitations, man. Like a bitch is like thick with a thick shift over the motherfucking fat. And again, if you ugly, bitch, you don't matter no way. You might as well be a linebacker or a wrestler or pro wrestler. You know what I'm saying?
But, I mean, but fantastic. That's what they did. They in 1975 when that movie came out, they started there. And for a guy like you, they was like, okay, that's just a little thick, you know. And then like over the years, they just slowly moved the scale just a little bit. It just inched up on it, like to where you wouldn't even notice unless you looked at pictures of before and after. You know, it's like, oh, wait a minute, they just kind of snuck up. It's like that frog that's in the boiling pot that just crept up, you know. And now we just look around like, wait a fucking minute. You look at movies in the 90s, or you look at your high school yearbook like that, and you say, hey, wait a fucking minute.
Now I'm telling you,
what the hell happened,
man?
Well, you ever heard of a chick called Normani? You ever heard of this black broad named Normani? And it's crazy that brothers have never heard of her, and she's actually one of the sexier, dark-skinned black women out there now. And she has like what I would consider that classic Uncle Luke video type of broad. She has that nice, tight, slim waist, really fit thighs. That's what I call thick, like a chick like Normani. I'm surprised you cats ain't never heard of her. She's a singer. She had a hot song like last year. She's probably like 22, 23. But
yeah, this is my first time ever hearing her.
Her name is Normani. Look her up. And to me, so when Mr. Fantastic says thick, I'm thinking Lizzo. When I say thick, I'm thinking Normani.
No,
so you
the picture, that's fat, man. That's what I'm telling you. You see y'all trying to clown us, man. Nah, that chick is Lizzo is fat. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And this what's the name chick? She's not thick at all. She's athletically built. I'm looking at her. She has like a track body.
I call her Normani thick. She's thick to me.
Nah, bro. Nah, ain't nothing thick about her, bro.
I'm telling you, they're blurring the line. They're blurring the line. Thick, fit, athletic. They're blurring these lines and to get fatter and fatter. Like they're just adding a pound.
Mr. Fantastic said she got to be able to play strong safety. If she can't play strong safety, his thick range is strong safety to D line.
Yeah, man. For me, like,
I don't know what that means.
Hey man, I'm telling you, bro. She got to be able to take a tackle, baby. You know what I'm saying? You can't.
You said Normani is skinny. You saying that she's skinny to you?
Yeah. Yeah, look, man. If let's just say it, this is not condoning, okay. But if you're defending yourself, right, and you're trying to restrain a woman from stabbing you with a knife, okay. If you can stop her like this, that she ain't. But if you gotta, I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, bro. But you know what's a good example of thick, and that's just like I think that Teaser wasn't the chick that everybody's talking about right now, the Love Dorsey chick. I hope she's a chick. That bitch got one of the deepest voices ever.
Yeah, her.
But the Love Dorsey chick is thick. She seems to be kind of tall. She's very, very like top heavy. Her arms are kind of big, and she has like a thicker frame. But she seems to be like curvy and shit. So from what I'm seeing from the Love Dorsey chick, she would definitely be like a perfect example of like thick.
And then, so you know what's really messed the game up too is that because so many of these women have these builder bodies, it's so hard to tell anymore either. Because when you look at
is this thick or fat? You tell me.
Well,
I'll accept you.
I gotta look at your shit, man, because you goddamn titties and shit.
Blocked or any shit, just fucking click it.
Well, when you look at that video that you put up,
You gotta make it closer, but I can't really see. Shout out to Yusuf Familiar. LOL, you're the cure we need, not deserve. Fantastic. I try, man. I try. Make it bigger.
That chick that they were
I don't know how to do that within the photo thing. I don't know.
Click that magnifying glass. Click that magnifying glass to your left. Up, left.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. There you go. I'm supposed to know this shit.
Yeah, man. Bro. She's down bad, bro. Her body's horrible.
Yeah, she's not even endowed. She
doesn't have any curves. She doesn't have any curves. Her hips and shoulders are like this. Her hips are smaller than her shoulders are wide, and she has a fucking stomach.
Trucker, don't close the Cash App now because you got that assessment. Now you done hurt. Y'all just lost her.
No. That's
you a hater, dude. You a hater. You just lost her OnlyFans customer, bro. You just heard her check this month, bro. Come on.
No, don't worry. I'm not gonna tell her.
Trucker's like, damn, I gotta close my OnlyFans account now.
Wait, what the fuck is going on with this Love Dorsey chick?
I'm not gonna tell her she got roasted. I'm not gonna say nothing to her.
Wait, though. Hold on. This Love Dorsey.
Mr. Fantastic always putting salt in the game, bro. He was about the wife shorty
what
right
the
there.
fuck? Man, what? Love Dorsey got a fucking OnlyFans now? What the fuck going on here?
Why are you surprised?
Oh yeah, she's like a model or something.
Right now, you sound real shocked right now.
This is my first time looking at the bitch page. I didn't know she was on some motherfucking ass and titty shit.
Man, that's status quo, bro.
Wow. Whoa, wait a minute, man. Hold on. God damn, man. This bitch got her OnlyFans. Ain't no way she don't got no OnlyFans, nigga.
You about to subscribe?
Man, she done sold some bitch.
Man, you that marriage thing, man. You lose a lot of what's going on, bro. The OnlyFans.
Hey, bro, nigga, I'm telling, bro. Who you telling? Sigma.
I was in a relationship.
Nigga, it's a whole new world out here.
I was out of the game, and when I came back, I was like, "Fuck!" Like, in order to get a bad chick, you gotta literally go out and get you a Canon DSLR camera up in this motherfucker. You gotta start taping your workouts. You gotta tape your shopping. These hoes is doing like your social media feed. That's part of the game now. So when it comes to OnlyFans, if she's a 7.5 or above, that broad almost guaranteed if she's under 35, she low key got an OnlyFans or openly do. I'm seeing it with all of these bras now, man.
Bro, that's 3 days ago. This bitch, she giving herself a chocolate shower. The fuck going on here?
You don't do it for me. Is she popular? She don't do it for me. Maybe if I seen different pictures, but that one wasn't.
No, I'm just saying she's one of these. She's like one of the chicks that give like advice and shit. But I had no idea she's on some like you finna show this pussy. Like goddamn,
she's basically Keisha.
That whole got rent due, bro. That rent moratorium is kind of like in the gray area right now. So these bras don't know if that stimulus package is going through next month. And they got OnlyFans because I'm shocked. Like, I'll see a broad on social media and she'll be doing that little Aisha Curry thing. You know, Aisha Curry was like, I would never show my goodies and all of that. And the same broad that'll tell you that shit, you look on there 30 days later, she got that OnlyFans, bro. They got it.
Wait. So first of all, how much is the stimulus?
Well, they're saying it's going to be a $1,400. They're saying
$1,400 per person.
But if a woman got kids, she about to get knocked off for $2,000 a head, bro. So you talking $6,000-7,000 per single mother. If she's in this stimulus package. But again, it only passed the House. It hasn't passed the Senate yet. So we got to wait and see what happens this week in the Senate.
Wow,
but
man, this is crazy, man.
I sure hope that everybody who does get the stimulus enjoys it, because I don't get any of it. Fuck that shit.
Well, you keep working hard because they gonna definitely eat good off of you. So you keep working hard.
Well, you know what? I already did my taxes. I got my federal return, so I'm just gonna leave everybody else to fight for whatever's left. Fuck them.
That's why when cats be talking about, these women is gonna starve, nigga, what? Man, these women are getting more money in 2020 to 2021 from the government than probably the last 30 generations got in a 12-month period.
That's crazy. We was just talking about this shit at work, bro. Bitch just made like what? In the first, you got the two stimuluses alone. Even if you just had a kid, you and a kid, that was what? 1,400 and 14. What was the first one? 1,000? What was the first stimulus? I forget what the first one was.
I think you're right. 1,200.
1,200.
So 1,200. So yeah, it was 1,200 per. So that was 2,400 for just her and the kid. So 2,400.
1,200 to get in 12 months.
Yeah, and then turn right back around and they gave you 600 and 600 per kid. So and then now you got another one coming up in less than a year that's gonna be 1,400 and 1,400. So like you said, man. And the sad thing about it is
they talking 1,400 per head, but then for the child, 2,000 per child as well.
Oh, I didn't know about the 2,000. I thought it was supposed to be even. So yeah, that's crazy.
That little welfare pittance that they're getting, I sure hope it's enough for them to be able to afford the mental health sessions that they're going to need when they realize
mental health,
no matter how much money you hand them, they're still single, childless, or they have children and they're fucking alone. So
now, one brother in the chat said 5,600 up to 5,600 if they have children. So he's saying even higher. He's saying if you got a child, it could be up to 5,600.
Yeah, they'll spend it right up because it's like giving a crackhead money. They don't know how to fucking save that.
Man, I wish I was in class.
Is this just for the single mothers, or is this for?
No. So anybody that qualifies, is what I'm saying. So
no.
What I mean is the per kid. Say if you're married with kids, basically.
Well, it depends. It depends because there's a hard cap. There's a hard cap.
It's got to be under. I think it's 75 single or 150 total together.
No, I don't think. I think it's even lower.
I think 120. I think you're right. I think it's 120. I think it's 120 for couples. I think you're right. So it's
going to be a lot lower.
So it's either 70 or 75 for a single, and then up to 120 for couples. I think.
Yeah. Well, most are going to go to buying a new weave anyway. So fuck it.
Well, that's what I'm saying, man. So it's a. But
if it was up to me, I wouldn't give anybody anything, and I'd watch them storm the Capitol again.
To put this in perspective, I saw a documentary recently from Master P, and he said that he started No Limit Records with $10,000, right? He turned a $10,000 investment into a multi-million-dollar company. So what I'm looking at is that a year from now, I don't want to hear nothing about people saying I never had no seed capital to do XYZ, so I didn't do it. When you look at what some of these families have been getting from the stimulus with children, they are getting at least that much over a 12 to 16 month period that Master P got. That was the seed money that he used to start No Limit Records. So it's going to be interesting to see where we're at a year from now with all this government taxpayer money being given out to people. We're going to see who becomes creditors or who remains where they were or who was in even deeper debt than they were before the.
We're all going deeper into debt.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing, though, and that's what I'm saying, man. It's really going to be the biggest part is because people are going to go burn through this money, and again, everybody's looking at the stimulus aspect of it, but y'all don't understand, man. These bitches been getting stimulus every year in a tax return. If you're a single mom and you're on government assistance and you got like 3 kids, you're getting like 7 to 10K back in fucking taxes. You understand that shit? To do nothing, like but 10 grand a year.
How did they vote against their interests? Like you just mentioned how they're getting back all that in taxes. Now, think about before all these immigrants started coming to America, right? one of the programs that has been quietly dismissed by the Trump administration was that they had a HUD program that prioritized sanctuary city immigrants over native-born Americans, right? Now, with Biden, they're going back on that rule. They're repealing that rule that the Trump administration put in place that changed that rule to put native-born Americans back in front of the immigrants, right? Now with Biden, they're going backwards, and now the immigrants under the sanctuary city rules will get prioritized over wait list of people that, I mean, New York, I remember when they were talking about it on Capitol Hill, New York's wait list had like fucking 300,000 people or something that was looking for like a housing voucher. Now these women who had such a good deal, they just voted against their interest.
Let me ask you something. Between the sanctuary city immigrants and the native-born Americans who would be qualifying for this money, out of those two groups, which one do you think is creating a more stable family?
I don't think that
immigrants
they're getting.
You know what? What you need to understand right now, what you need to understand
about housing. He wasn't talking.
Hold on. Well, all I want to say is what you need to understand is that the health of the state is live births. If you're handing over this money to these people who aren't fucking and aren't creating more kids for future use, then the government is going to start bringing in other people. They did Syrians, they had Mexicans, they had Guatemalans, and so forth and so on. But they're interested in getting people with stable families, not a bunch of people who are going to end up leaving their wives and becoming welfare cheats.
So, brother Pete, go ahead, GC, you got it.
No, I was just saying that you were talking about housing, the wait list for housing. Is that for families only? Or is that
no, it was for families, singles, because the way that housing wait list works, that anyone can qualify, but they have a priority ranking with women with children. But single people can apply, but they're the lowest on the list. And under the old rules, under Obama, they were prioritizing immigrants to the top, the front of the line. So what happened? The Trump administration under Dr. Carson, they went before the Capitol Hill and they said, we're getting rid of this rule. This is wrong to put immigrants before native-born Americans. So they halted that program. But now Biden, under his executive orders, he's pretty much canceled all of those repeals.
That's a good start. But see, my thing is, all I would do is tweak it to say we're just going to let in women and no men.
Well, my point is that those programs that those women had allowed them to save more of their income. So what I'm saying is that they're now going to be forced back into the marketplace of rent, right? They're going to have to pay open market rent, whereas the immigrants are taking their positions with the free Section 8 and the free public housing. They're getting priority at the top of the list now. So those women that are on the waiting list, they have to find a place to stay while they work their way up the waiting list. But again, because they're bringing in all these immigrants and they're bringing them in with certain guarantees, a lot of those women that voted for that program are now going to be forced to go pay it. I know in my city, a one-bedroom average is about $1,200, $1,300 a month now. And it's just a funny thing to think about. So how much money they were saving because they didn't have to pay rent, which is mostly used as a rule of a thumb, a third of your annual income. They had the food they didn't have to worry about. So food, shelter, and some cash and free medical, they had a good deal. But now the immigrants are going to suck all of that energy up, and they're going to be at the bottom of the line, which is bad for them, but it's even worse for black men because they were already the number one homeless. But with the way things are going now, when you look at that homeless number for black men, they are in trouble. I'm talking about there are going to be straight up tent cities all across urban America in the decade. Because again, if immigrants are getting prioritized over the American poor women, that means that the men who need any help, there ain't no help coming from you motherfuckers. So
the only way to get rid of the welfare state is to overwhelm it and collapse it.
I don't think the welfare state, if anything, I think it's going to it's starting to energize itself into a communist party kind of structure.
Yeah, but eventually it'll collapse. Either that or there'll be so many people get disgusted with it that they'll end up voting the other way.
Well, eventually we'll all
might not be Republican though. I'm sorry, what?
Eventually everything dies. I get that part. But what I'm saying is that the welfare state dying like you're saying is going to die. I don't see that happening at all. You
gotta overwhelm it. You overwhelm it to the point where it can't sustain itself anymore, and eventually it'll all collapse, and you'll be forced into austerity. That's what happened to Europe.
Yeah, you make it defeated. So
it's like if you have more people inside the cart than you have outside pulling the cart, eventually the cart can't be pulled anymore. So eventually you have no choice but to go through austerity.
And what I'm saying is that you're right, but I'm just saying, what is the timeline on that eventuality is what I'm saying.
I'm just hoping that it happens slightly after I retire, and that's in like 10 years. So after that, everybody else can fare thee well.
See, here's what I'm trying to say to you, brother, is that what I see happening is that I see that this country is falling deeper and deeper into a communist structure. And what I'm saying is that when you look at the Chinese and the Russian revolutions, right, and you look at all the maneuvers that they made when they got into power in terms of the way that they rationed off food, the way that they marginalized people, the way that they put people through education camps, they silenced free speech, and they started to let people die off. What I'm saying is that I don't know how many people that America, under the way it's going with this communist structure that started to really take root in America, how many people that actually just will allow to just die in order to consolidate what they call the socialist dictatorship is all I'm saying, bro.
I do not. Let me tell you something. Simply because of the law, like the base laws in this country regarding the Constitution and who can be lent money to and what the government can do and can't do as far as businesses are concerned, I'm not afraid of any communist revolution happening. Now, the problem that America has is America's been so socialist for so long that at this point, the lines are blurred between what the government is allowed to do and what it's not allowed to do. But ultimately, you take a look even at this last pandemic that you just went through. It took them this long. Like, for instance, a lot of other countries, they said, even Canada, they said, listen, we're just going to pay everybody a certain amount of money per month. Now, granted, Canada has a lot fewer people. They have fewer people in California. America has 330 million. But if you look at even Europe, a lot of those countries went up and said, you know what, we're just going to pay you this much straight on. In America, getting stimulus became a political fight for an entire year, and you're still waiting on that next check. They gave you $1,200 to get through 9 months. No other country did that to their people, and most of those other countries have nationalized health care. Like when you look at Germany, Italy, France, or even if you look at UK, most of those other countries have a nationalized health care, or they have a safety net there, which Americans don't have. So as far as us going communist, I just don't think that's going to happen. Now, you could get very socialist, yeah, but a communist revolution, that's not, I just don't believe that's going to happen. I don't believe it.
Yeah, I hope you're right,
shout out to James Hudson for the 5. Biden is working on a program President Biden is working on a program to allow 800K immigrants per year into America. LMAO. He is supposed to meet with the president of Mexico tomorrow. I just seen that actually, and they're saying 800K legal. They're saying 800K legal immigrants per year. So they're going to pretty much streamline the process of getting people nationalized, man. And again, black people.
Awesome. Do you think they'll reduce the time for a K-1 visa?
Hey, listen, bro. I know who's gonna be left out in the cold. I can tell you that.
I won't. Everybody else gonna have to step up their game.
Man, you Negroes better start learning Spanish, because if you listen to that clip, because I've been collecting clips of Joe Biden for a future upload that I'm working on about Joe Biden.
I think black people need to learn Spanish and Chinese.
That brother Biden said it straight out. You gotta respect this guy. Like, he tells black people that you ain't shit every time you put a mic.
Every time you get a chance.
He even said nigger the other day on national television.
Niggerment, right? He said niggerment or niggerdom, some shit like that.
Pull up the clip.
So the clip, man, I gotta upload.
Share it with us.
Shut your loud ass up. Let me find it. God damn it! Hold on.
Well, the clip where he was saying the thing about the Mexicans is more interesting to me, because he was saying to those black quote unquote sellout leaders, he said, "You better learn how to work with these Latinos, because we white people are gonna be a minority in like 25 years." He told these fools to
you're gonna have to learn how to work with Hispanics. Yep, he said it to them straight up, straight like that.
And he was being politically correct, because if he had a more Trumpianism, he would have told them, look, we're going to be bringing in nearly 1 million immigrants per year. And if you do the math on the rate that they produce at, we're talking 50 million first generation immigrant children that will be born. And those numbers might swell to like 50 to 60 million over the next 25 years. If he was Trump, he would have just said it like that. But he just told them, you know, we're going to be a minority and you got to work with Latinos. But these black folks, they love Joe Biden. They love him. You can say anything at this point.
You got that clip yet?
I'm pulling it up right now.
All I'm saying is everybody. There's no more leaning back on the shovel. You step up your game, worry about you, and you'll be fine. Don't worry about anybody else.
So I actually, you know, I've gotten over the whole election thing at this point because, again, I had so many good conversations with the different brothers in this space over the last year before the election, right? And there was a little bit of me that's like, you know what, maybe black folks is going to stand down on this one and let them know that you're going to have to work so that they don't be erased. But they have literally signed their John Hancock on the contract of their erasure over the next 25 years, bro. I'm dead serious with this. I'm not joking. I'm not exaggerating. Every area that I look at, they're making it clear. The elites that rule this country are making it clear that they got a plan to assimilate black people through, you know, racial mixing and economic re-segregation or whatnot, and that they're going to get it to the applause. Because you remember when they said that democracy dies with an applause because people want security? Well, black people's status as an important minority group that has played such a critical role in building this country, they're clapping at their own erasure, brother. They're twerking.
Here's my question: How hard does the white man need to work to erase blacks when black men and black women don't even black men don't even want to be with black women?
They don't got to work hard at all.
Yeah, so I guess it's not really a problem. You know what this is? It's evolution.
Or devolution.
No, it's evolution. It's evolution. Every generation gets better.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
I don't think that
because if every generation got worse, then they would end up going extinct. Every generation gets
not if they're on life support of the state. They won't necessarily go extinct.
No,
I can't say that the black family in the majority is better than a generation of 3 generations. I don't agree with you on that.
Well, no, I'm not asking for an agreement on it. I'm saying that it's a fact. Every single evolution, the generation gets better.
Not if the artificial state is keeping the bad generation characteristics and culture in place. No, it doesn't.
If you created a state and you're able to support it for long enough for it to support you, that's part of your evolution.
So basically, I see what Sigmund is saying, because evolution it means that you become more adept to the environment that you're in.
Exactly.
However, if we become adept to an environment that's not sustainable, then in the general world you lose. Like, take Birds of Paradise. They have adapted to paradise, but you take them motherfuckers out of paradise, or if paradise collapsed and you put them in an environment to compete with vultures and hawks and ravens and shit like that, they're fucked.
Yeah, they in trouble.
All I know is 100 years from now, the chips are going to fall where they may. Either you will survive or you won't.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's a universal truth.
Yeah, absolutely. So my bottom line is, do your best on yourself to move forward. Other than that, you ain't got nothing else to say.
Shout out to DJ said he said the trucker for the 5. Migrations better not go to California because of the cost of living. Yeah, if you're going to California, man, I don't know what.
Worried about cost of living. They're just going to get welfare, and they'll be doing the cheapest possible job in California. They will find a way. Like, what did Jeff Goldblum says? He says life finds a way.
Shout out to Cool Kamachi for the 5 good points at Sigma and Big Truck Series reviews. With that being said, BT said immigrants arriving due to lower birth rates of black people. How is there significance in what Big Truck Series and Review said? Well, I mean, the birth rate has been low, I think, for I don't know how long period. Black people aren't going to be able to reverse or catch up what the fuck we're doing. It's just not. We've been stagnant for I think over what 10 years,
50 years, man. Since 1973.
So yeah, we haven't had an increase in fucking birth rate for so long, man. And again, black women are just killing more babies than anybody else, and already being a minority. So just imagine, like you said, 50 million souls or 20 million souls, however many it is, 20 million, I think, right? 20 million souls over the last 50 years, what that would have did for the population.
Or like 20.
But fantastic. You got to understand something. In sociology, in sociological study, the closer a minority group comes to the majority, the more the minority group's overall culture, behavior, and all their other issues start to mimic that of the majority group. So if you're talking, whether you're talking about black women spending more time getting educated and ending up deeper in debt just like white women, or whether you're talking about black men going through unemployment issues just like white men and losing, the bottom line is, as you're moving up, you end up mirroring the majority group. If you're going to end up like white people, you're going to end up having the same shitty low birth rates that they do here, as well as Europe, because the white birth rates have decreased. So the reason, again, I keep saying this, the reason why they keep on focusing on immigrants is because they want to bring people in who are going to have stable families. They don't give a fuck about the color anymore. They're concerned with how much money are you making for the system. They're concerned with how strong the state is. So for all these people, oh, woe is me, my black skin is going to be erased in 100 years, you're going to either figure out a way to make it or you're not. It's pure Darwinism.
Well, first off, that's a misnomer because black
What's a misnomer? Hold on. What's a misnomer?
The idea that black skin would be erased even in 100,000 years.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. So why are you worried about it?
Oh, I'm good.
Somebody keeps saying, "Oh yeah, well they're gonna replace black people." First of all, there's more than like 2 billion niggas on the fucking surface of the earth. I ain't worried about them. They're fine.
No, black skin is gonna.
No.
Black
We're
skin
just speaking.
No, it's not going.
We're speaking from the aspect of American black people.
Yeah.
American black people versus just the African. Yeah, African descent.
As long as some black kid with a single mama can pick up a microphone and call himself a rapper, we'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
Man, rap is dead anyway. But
rap's not dead. It evolved into some bullshit I don't want to listen to no more.
I just want to say this before I go, man. I'm glad that you airing out these white male worshipers. For too long on these social media streets, they've just the level of misandry that they've been allowed to spout. I mean, they're supported by every mainstream platform and all the things they say against black men and how the white man is so great. The white man is perfect. And I'll say it again, and I've been saying it. If the white man is so great, he's only great because he received the proper socialization from his great white mother. So if you guys are going to have to start dealing with that part of this equation. So you want to say how great this white man is? You don't want to ever punish him for the wrongs that he does. And even with a woman like the Aisha that was beaten by Chad Wheeler, comes on TV and says that she's working to get him put in jail. Y'all out here caping, ruining her case. So y'all claim y'all got this sisterhood of the swirl, right? But they're actually undermining Aisha's case against Chad Wheeler because everyone has access to what they're saying on social media where they're protecting Chad Wheeler. Their excuse for what Chad Wheeler is, can you believe this shit? A black man somewhere in the world at some time did it too.
Damn.
Chad Wheeler nearly killed this woman because
with his bare hands
somewhere at some time hit a black woman. That undermines and justifies what Chad Wheeler did. So I think it's important that brothers like yourself keep calling out this hypocrisy because eventually we'll know when the tide is turned when black women themselves start calling that shit out. Because that's all I'm asking for. When I do those uploads in my series, I'm just trying to get the black women that are not white male worshippers to say to those women, no, when white men beat and kill black women, they didn't do it because a black man somewhere at some time did something similar. They did it because that's how lowly they value that black woman's life that they destroyed. When the average black woman can come out and say that, and when she doesn't feel bullied, then we know that the tide is turned. Until then, the tide is not turned, because right now, the minority of women that are against black men, that are the most loudest, they are the bullies. But there's a lot of black women that are against that, but they're afraid to speak out. When they actually have found the courage, because they know that black men are not going to just simply accept this kind of rhetoric, and they're going to check them on it, they'll start eventually checking those women when they know that they're actually the majority. Most black women in America are not these pure misandrous or these dust bunnies that are always on the mic spitting out their hate. But I'll be glad the day when I go on social media and I don't never have to join any of these panels anymore, because now the black women have themselves in check and they're policing their own behavior against black men. So with that, great stream, fantastic. I saw you hit like nearly 400 today, so that's progress. Peace out to GC, Trucker, and the viewers. Next time.
Appreciate you, bro. Shout out to Rebels over at $2.99. What's good, man? Fantastic in the panel. Shout out to Zoe. Appreciate you, bro, for the $2.99. Shout out to Cool Kamasi again. With the immigrants coming in, will there be a Pink Pill 3.0? And will the Chad Wheeler thing, will Ja Rule really put it on me? Come on, man. Get him out of here, man. But hey, man, GC, what's your thoughts, man? Closing out, man. We'll close this thing out, bro. What you got?
Oh no, great show. Thanks for having me. I know we we hit some bumps in the road on planning that.
Yeah, bro. We try to for y'all to know, man, we try to put this shit together since like Friday, man. So a lot of shit came up, but we getting it did, man. So just know, bro, we out here, we putting this stuff together for y'all, man. These classics. And hey, if it's up there, it's up there. All right.
Thanks for having me, fantastic.
Yeah, no problem, man. Shout out to Big Truck with the motherfucking Big Mike or whatnot coming through, man. Appreciate you, Big Truck, for coming through.
Yeah,
and
fantastic. How your stocks doing?
Shit, bro. I held on. I didn't sell shit, so I'm sucking on hemp and a couple other joints, but everything else is good. MGI is doing good. You know what's fucked up? I missed out on CCIV. You said something about the what's the name shit, the Lucid shit. So that shit bounced all the way up. I didn't catch it out.
Electric vehicles, you still got a chance with either that, or you could just go straight into the oil stocks, because they're going to be doing fine for a while.
Yeah, I'm getting, like I said, I'm with you, man. I'm just holding for the long haul to wait, and I'm trying to see what the SEC is doing, because I saw you on the crypto. Hey, make sure y'all fuck with Big Truck on the crypto shit, man. but yeah, man. Chuck, did we do what we haven't did one yet, right? We need to set some up. We'll do like a finance stream if you got time, and we'll what I'm saying.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
All right, but yeah, man. And hey, man, look, listen, bro. Y'all know me. I gotta listen, bro. Little life advice, right? The worst thing you can ever do as a man, bro, is not accept when you're wrong. All right. And not only that, when somebody's trying to genuinely help or just get to a space of being amicable, you flip it into something else. All right. That's that. There's going to be a point in time where everybody has to take a back seat to somebody, but some people are just forever backseat passengers and they don't have the ability to drive. That's not a bad thing, right? Not a bad thing. In the military, they had these people, they had like the navigators, right? The navigators will never ever be pilots, but they're there just for the purpose of keeping the pilots aware of whatnot that's going on, especially in like reconnaissance and stuff in the military, right? So, listen, man, the way I said shit was gonna go, it went. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, man, I mean, may the best man win. I'm just saying. I'm a competitor at the end of the day, bro, and it's like you you spar with people at their strength, right? But people that are coming into that don't understand it and they take it for granted. So I tried, and it is what it is. It don't make no difference to me. I mean, it's cool, but I just keep hearing this revisionist history shit and this fucking this motherfucking pretzel and contortionist bullshit, and it's just like, hey, bro, more power to you. But as always, man, appreciate y'all for coming through. Great support today. Thank you for everybody that came through, super chats, cash apps, all those great things. You guys don't have to, but you do it anyway. Greatly appreciate you taking time out of your day. That's that on that one. Catch you on the next one. Holla.